All right, guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. It's been a while since we've done a proper live stream.
Yes.
And part of that, let me fix the mic here. Part of that is because we travel. We travel a lot. So if we disappear for days on end, it doesn't mean that we've died or anything. It just means that we're...
Or we could have got pulled down.
We could have got pulled down.
So
we're going to wait a little bit, hopefully, for some folks to pop in. This is not a normal time for us to live stream, but I got hit with this. Earlier today. People were like, "Did you know that this happened?" I had emails from people like, "This is absolutely insane. This is one of the most insane things that YouTube has done. They've already made it very, very hard for people to monetize videos because they're so strict about the content now. Now they basically want to be able to demonetize you or give you a channel strike based on user comments."
Which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's okay. This is absolute bullshit because it's like people can say that stuff. I can't control what people say.
No,
I can't. I don't sit there with every comment or control what they say. And sometimes you get thousands of comments. You cannot read every comment. It's just absolute bullcrap. And then my comment is that those people make a comment that's crap. They should be given a strike, not the channel.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, the only thing a person can do to protect themselves, so somebody can come into your comments, and look, our channel's not huge, but even on our videos, it's not unusual for us to have a couple thousand comments on a video.
Yeah.
We do not have the time to police every comment. Every once in a while, I will see one that's either been flagged or it'll slip through and be like, "Oh yeah, it's like way over the top. Let's mute this person," or whatever. Very seldom, but we don't have time to monitor the comments.
And it's absolutely ridiculous to hold people accountable for comments they have no control over. Sometimes people see it, sometimes they don't. A lot of people don't even read comments because they always say don't read the comments. So a lot of people don't even read them, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around how this even makes sense. This is just really stupid.
This is like YouTube wants to lose money. I mean, clearly they want to lose money. And I'm gonna cite an example of just how ridiculous this is. Now they're going to roll it out, I guess, in full force on February 25th. Mm-hmm. But as I understand it, if some rando comes onto one of your videos and leaves a comment that could be viewed as threatening or harassing or hate speech or whatever, you, the channel owner, could actually get a strike.
But my question is, how much time do you have to see it? Because what if they just leave it, they hurt and ban your channel? What, or you get a strike? What if it's only been up an hour and you didn't have time to read them? You have to sit there and read every comment all day long? I mean, is there a time limit? Like, you get a week to fix it, or, I
don't know. I'm going to read the article. This article is actually coming from
this makes me so mad.
One Angry Gamer. I'm going to read YouTube's blog on it, and then I'm going to read a ridiculous situation that happened because of this policy. Now, realize... Now, the easiest solution would be to turn your comments off, right? Mm-hmm. Turn the comments off. That's great, except YouTube's algorithm is set up to judge whether a video is worthy of being promoted or not based on interactions, based on comments and upvotes and likes.
So when you guys comment or upvote or whatever on our videos, that helps them become, the algorithm catches that and it actually promotes it and boosts it and helps us by those comments. We turn that off and it's like,
Yeah, because what happens then is, okay, we put the videos out there that might get the views, but we're not getting the interaction because we've turned the comments off. Like at one point, PewDiePie had turned his comments off because they were getting pretty bad, but then he turned them back on.
Well, I'm sure this is geared at him as one of the people they're trying to
get.
Oh,
yeah, because PewDiePie's comment section is crazy. Like, I mean, there's some crazy stuff in his comments, but I mean, he's the biggest YouTuber on the planet. Nobody, even if you had a staff of 50 people working for you, could go through every one of PewDiePie's comments. No. And vet every comment. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, so this is a story coming from One Angry Gamer. YouTube is now demonetizing videos for inappropriate comments. Now, as I understand it, not just demonetizing, but if the comments are really egregious, they can actually strike your channel.
Yeah, but
they
you
can
didn't
actually
do anything.
pull your channel down for somebody else saying something really stupid.
Which is stupid. I mean, it's stupid. That's like saying, okay, somebody shot somebody. And instead of them getting punished for shooting somebody, because you were standing there watching it, and you couldn't, there's nothing you could do, you couldn't stop it, you were the one that goes to jail for it.
It's like the last episode of Seinfeld, where they all went to jail for being bystanders. Okay, so, One Angry Gamer, if you have comments on your videos that YouTube deems inappropriate, your video will be demonetized. This means that you either have to carefully curate your comment section or completely close it down. On February 21st, YouTuber Jessica Bollinger contacted YouTube via Twitter asking why all of her videos were being demonetized, even though they featured her 5-year-old son. Okay, now that is this. Let me see here. I had this pulled up. Here we go. Yeah, child video scandal. YouTube says ad-friendly videos can be demonetized for inappropriate comments. So she does a family channel. There's tons of these family type channels out there where, you know, they video their kids, they play with toys, they, you know, take trips to the amusement park, whatever, very innocuous, innocent content, nothing controversial, but because some crappy comments were left on her video, on some of her videos, she had to reach out to YouTube and ask why she wasn't making any money. So, okay, so YouTube responded by deferring to Phil DeFranco, but still explained that comments made on a completely safe for work all ages video can result in your video being demonetized. So she's not exactly touching any controversial material at all. I mean, this is weird. Okay, so hi there. For reference, over the past few days, we've taken a number of actions to better protect the YouTube community. Oh, this is Team YouTube responding to her. From content that endangers minors. Here's a tweet from Philly D for more context. With regard to the actions we've taken, if your video is suitable for advertisers, inappropriate comments could result in your video receiving limited or no ads. Let us know if you have
we have
questions.
Lots of questions, YouTube.
I think every YouTuber has a bunch of damn questions, YouTube. Why the hell did you just drop this on people? I mean, and what the hell are you thinking?
I get you don't want these, content for minors, but you know what? It's a parent's responsibility to make sure their kids aren't watching they shouldn't be watching. If their parents are leaving their kids in front of YouTube and they're watching appropriate things, they don't have, safeties on and stuff, that is on the parents. That is not on the YouTubers. They can't control your kids. I'm just saying.
No, this is ridiculous. The reference to Philip DeFranco points to now Philip DeFranco probably gets problematic comments based on some of his subject matter, but how come they're pointing to Phil DeFranco? Anyway, the reference to Phil DeFranco points to a comment made by the YouTube content creator who shared a video on February 20th from YouTube indicating that the staff at YouTube has disabled comments on tens of millions of videos and terminated more than 400 channels, all because of their quote-unquote illegal comments. Wait,
this is already happening? They didn't even announce it so people had time? You could just say, hey, there's some comments. You might want to go through your comments. We find some things questionable. You have this much time to correct the problem because we have a new policy in place. Did you get anything about a policy change?
No, the only reason, look at all these butts. The only reason that anybody was even aware that this was going on was that some mommy blogger had to say, hey guys, how come my videos are being demonetized? It's very family friendly, very family friendly entertainment, and my videos are being demonetized. Oh, because you had some people leave negative comments on your. Now I know a lot of the kid channels, they just disable the comments, but again, comments are how YouTube's algorithm are part of how YouTube's algorithm determines whether or not your channel gets a lot of interaction.
So my question is, if that's what they're going to do and they're going to make you turn your comments off so it's appropriate for advertisers, then they need to take that aspect out of their algorithm.
Yeah, they do. They need to be like, okay, well, we're just going to be blind to comments, because what's going to happen is it's going to punish channels because they're choosing to shut their comments off so they don't lose their channel. And they're going to punish those channels for doing that. And the views are going to go down, too, because people come in, it counts as a view when they go to comment, you know what I'm saying? And all the views are going to go down, too. Sam, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Finally catching a live chat. It is kind of a weird time for us to do live chats. Usually we do them in the evenings. But this one we needed to jump on because I'm like, what the hell are they thinking? Really enjoy your videos. You have your opinion. Yeah, we do have opinions. But you're still objective and don't try to push an agenda.
Try not to. But we'll still probably get in trouble for something. Because it's just ridiculous. And my next thing is, we saw this a lot in webcomics. We saw this a lot in webcomics back when, we saw it back in the day we started this, that, people, what they would do was, you could tank someone's webcomic, you could tank their monetization. And how you would do that was, if you didn't like that person or they were beating you and you didn't like it, you just keep clicking their ads. And you click their ad, and you click their ad, and you click their ad. And then they would get banned from AdSense because they didn't do anything, and AdSense wouldn't listen to them, and they couldn't get their ads back because somebody who didn't like them deliberately tanked them. And I'm like, this is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. So let me get through this, and we'll talk about even news outlets like the Daily Dot are like, you have just opened the floodgates for trolling on an entirely entirely different level.
They're going better than me. I'm going to go put inappropriate comments on, with a fake account, inappropriate comments on their channel, so they get demonetized and removed. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, there's going to be more. We're going to talk more about the Vic situation after this. This is supremely important. Anybody who does YouTube comments, like, you're at risk because users could leave shitty comments and your video could be demonetized, your channel could be shut down based on user comments.
What is YouTube going to do to protect the creators? What are they going to do what team are they going to put in place to go check out these comments when instead of just automatically like demonetizing somebody, there should be a team in place looking at the comments and just removing these comments. Or they should be looking at the comments and seeing, is this normal for this channel? Are they letting these things through on purpose? And then doing something based on that.
I mean, we have a couple of filters set up for like really egregious comments or potentially egregious comments, but there's no way, especially when you're a small channel like us, that we're struggling just to get videos done. We do not have time to police a comment section.
And my next question is, what side's going to be more police than others? I mean, we get called things like Nazi. Are those people that's hate speech? Are they being banned for hate speech? Are they going to have their channel demonetized for hate speech if people come onto our comments and call us Nazis?
Well,
I bet you they don't.
If it's as fair as Twitter, that's not going to happen, because there are people on Twitter literally every day attacking any conservative-leaning folks and calling them Nazis, and they don't seem to have their accounts banned. But if you even hint at disagreeing with some of these people, they will actually get your account shut down.
It's ridiculous, and I'm just so sick of it. And this has to stop. And YouTube, YouTube's stupid, because if they do this and they start just randomly demonetizing stuff, they're gonna lose the money. No, they're gonna keep their ads on there. We can't put ads on it, guys, because it's too bad. We can't have ads on it. But I bet you money the ads still go on there, but they take all the money. How much do you want to bet?
Oh, yeah, they will.
So it's not about whether kids see inappropriate comments. They're going to leave the comments up, tell you it's demonetized as they keep taking the money. Go remove the comments then, YouTube. Go remove them.
Right, okay,
Don't remove the channel. Don't take the monetization away. Just go remove the comments. Go after the commenters.
Put the onus back on YouTube. YouTube, if you have a problem with the comment section, then by all means, go employ about 500,000 people to do nothing but pour through comments every day, because that's what you're going to need to keep YouTube quote unquote clean. And it's, either that or just take the damn comments off everybody's videos and level the playing field.
I'd be like, they're going to lose money over this. Well, they are, because people are going to just pull. They're just going to pull entirely, because they're like, I don't have to deal with this crap. But what's going to happen is, that's my question. If YouTube flags your channel and takes your monetization away because there's bad comments on it, right?
Right.
My next question is, are those comments then removed by YouTube? Or do they just continue to leave the comments there and they put ads on it, but they take the money? Or are they just taking ads off completely?
I think they would take, it says limited or no ads. They basically would demonetize your videos like they would if it had egregious, like if you had actually created content that violated their terms of service. They're basically treating the comments, they're putting them on the same level as the actual content.
But you have no control over the comments. Like, don't go after the person that did the video when they did nothing wrong. Go after the commenters. If someone's putting hate speech up, they're the ones who should be in trouble. And I agree with them. If you're putting hate speech up, you should be in trouble. Totally agree with that. But don't go after the videos. People, that's not their fault.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I could do a Barbie video and someone could say something.
Well, that's what happened. Like that family channel. Like they pretty much were just like taking videos of their kids, very innocent content, and somebody left a creepy comment or two, and all of her videos got demonetized. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not her fault.
We've had creepy comments left. Where were they when people said they wished we were dead and then threatened death on us and stuff like that? Where were they when our daughter got harassed on her videos before? Where were they for that? They let that go. But if one of you guys says something they don't like, they're going to come after us because of something you say. I mean, this is bull crap and it's ridiculous. And I don't think it's going to last. I think they're going to get their butts handed to them on this one.
I mean, pretty much every YouTuber out there has comments that could get their channel flagged by this new rule. Like, I can't think of a single channel unless you shut your comments off completely.
Which, if our comments suddenly go away, guys, that's why. I'm just telling you. And if they would go away, that's fine. We still have the Discord, and we still have on our own page. There's a forum there. You can just go talk about the videos there. So I mean,
go to this was a backup. I actually, we worked on this a couple of months ago because I'm like, just in the off chance that either YouTube or Discord goes completely insane. If you go to clownfishtalk.com, we actually set a forum up.
Right.
That was our backup. That's our fallout shelter.
Right. So if we have to turn comments off and suddenly comments go away, that's why. And you can go there and talk about the videos and say what you want to say there, because this is ridiculous. Someone, Nardo Pola said, what's to stop someone who hates your YouTuber channel? Yes, for spamming with crap. That's what we're saying. What's to stop somebody who doesn't like you from going to your channel and spamming it with a bunch of comments because they don't like what your video subject was about? I don't like that. I think you're wrong. So I'm going to spam you with comments I know is going to get you banned. Well, I will get no punishment whatsoever for being whatever racist, sexist, homophobic tool bag. I will get away with saying whatever. But you'll get punished for it because, that's how it works now.
Right. Okay. So this is not, so funny because everybody's like, well, they're probably trying to target, right-wing accounts. But this is coming from the Daily Dot. The Daily Dot, which is a very left-leaning publication, said YouTube just made it awfully easy to harass creators.
Right.
And they're showing these videos from this woman who had her videos demonetized. Parker's gymnastics, family New Year's Eve celebration, recovering from surgery, family camp, aerial gymnastics with Miranda Sings. All demonetized under this new rule because somebody left some creepy comments on their video, and YouTube at that point never made public that this happened.
I will bet you money if you are a big YouTuber, there will be recourse for you. Like if you're over a certain size, they assign you somebody, so you have someone to go talk to and work it out. But if you're smaller ones, you're screwed.
Well, she's not a small channel. She's working with Miranda Sings.
I know, but I'm just saying. I bet you money
that
that's their answer is going to be, well, we'll do it by case if you're a large channel. I don't know. It's just, I can't even, my mind hurts. I mean, I'm seriously thinking we're going to have to probably turn comments off. And I hate doing it, guys, but I don't know what else we can do. I don't know what else we're going to be doing.
I don't know. And then what happens then is the engagement goes down, the hits go down. I think once if YouTube sees that their ad revenue is going down, I can guarantee you they're going to backpedal on this.
Well, they're hurting themselves.
They're hurting themselves.
Because if there's a video that's totally fine and meets the guidelines for monetization, and you're taking the monetization away because of one comment on the video, that's really stupid for them too. They're going to lose all kinds of money because everybody's going to, damn well, the first thing they're going to do is, I don't like these people, they're doing better than me. I'm going to go put hate speech on their channel with a fake account to get their accounts pulled down. You know that's the first thing people are going to do. You know it is.
So, okay, here's kind of the background on this, and I'm still looking into it, so I'm reading this for the first time. Again, coming from the Daily Dot, and the person who broke all this was a mommy blogger. Mm-hmm. Basically, they targeted a mommy blogger. YouTube, what the hell? In its rush to rid itself of disgusting comments about young children on site. Think of the children. This is all about the children.
But it's her own kids, so she thought they were bad enough that they were too bad for her own kids. If it was my child, I'd be taking anything bad down too. I mean, parents are going to take them down anyway. Go ahead.
But you get to a certain size where you can't police everything. YouTube said in a series of tweets on Thursday that videos could be stripped of advertising revenue if the comment section is deemed inappropriate.
No, wait, real quick question. Is this on all channels, or this is on ones that are marked family friendly?
This is on all channels.
Okay, because I'm like, if they had it marked family friendly, okay, I can maybe understand it.
Yeah, because I had people sending me emails this morning basically giving us a heads up that, like, you got to watch it because if people leave comments they're not supposed to leave, you might lose your
And I want to know
money.
how much time you have to find these comments and fix it. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now some YouTubers are worried that this new policy leaves them open for abuse.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Earlier this week, major advertisers like Disney, Nestle, Epic Games pulled their money out of YouTube after a content creator named Matt What It Is discovered a quote-unquote softcore pedo ring via a wormhole on the site.
And they're surprised by this?
Some YouTubers have bashed Matt, whose real name is Matt Watson, for potentially hurting their livelihoods by demanding advertisers stop spending money on YouTube and for using the discovery of potential child abuse as a way to make a bigger name for himself. On Thursday, Jessica Bollinger, whose YouTube channel Bollinger's Present has more than 1.2 million subs. Again, a family channel. There's tons and tons of these. Tweeted that a video of her 5-year-old son doing gymnastics had been deemed inappropriate by YouTube. That means the channel can't earn money on a video with more than 300,000 page views. Yeah. Mommy blogger. My 5-year-old son does gymnastics. Is happy, sweet, confident boy. YouTube. Not advertiser friendly.
I still don't understand how that's I don't. What was the comment? Do we ever hear what the comment was?
I'm gonna get there.
Oh,
maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there.
Okay.
In his response to Ballinger, YouTube pointed to its previous statement in which it said that in the previous few days it had disabled the comment section of tens of millions of videos, had terminated more than 400 channels due to inappropriate comments, and had contacted law enforcement.
Okay, are these channels all associated with that ring though?
I don't know. I don't even know if they know who's associated.
It's possible that the ones they're tagging are somehow is connected to that ring. Not saying that she is, but people that were in her comment section were, which is possible. Not her fault.
But why not ban those users?
That's what I'm saying. Ban the users.
Why take her money away?
I don't know.
When she's just uploading videos of her freaking kid. I mean, this is ridiculous. Has YouTube never seen Ninja Kid's channel? No, I've never seen Ninja Kid's channel. YouTube wrote on Twitter for reference, over the past few days, we've taken a number of actions.
Yeah, we read that, yeah.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. That response was a problem for many of YouTubers following the Twitter thread, however, because a troll could spam. This is the problem. A troll could spam an inappropriate videos comments.
Appropriate videos
Inappropriate.
Yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
However, because a troll could spam an appropriate videos comment section and eventually make it inappropriate for advertisers, costing YouTube their ad revenue. You're costing that person their ad revenue too, and they didn't do anything wrong. Go after the commenters, not the creator. It's not their fault.
Right. This is ridiculous.
Then get off your ass, go hire some people, and actually do your job, and go after the commenters, and actually, our answer isn't to actually do something. You have to pay people. We want more money for our people who own stock and our shareholders. So instead of, actually paying people to go out and police these, we're going to instead blame the creators and say, creators, you have to police your own comments so that everybody's afraid, so they're going to police all their comments so they get to keep all their money and not have to do a damn thing. But it's their platform, it's their responsibility to police it, not the creators.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is this is going to implode. Like YouTube, you don't think this is going to cost you money? Doing this is going to cost you more money than a handful of advertisers having concerns about some comments on some videos. So many creators are going to be like, screw it. We can't win anymore because it was ridiculous with the advertising situation where they jacked up the entrance requirement to get into the ad program. They're making it harder and harder to monetize videos, which means there's less and less of an incentive for people to use YouTube as a platform.
They're making it harder and harder to monetize videos for creators, but I bet you money they had ads on those that they're taking all the money for.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they keep making these rules where they get all the money. So I'm just like...
Well, there's not going to be any money if there are no damn videos left because everybody's left YouTube because they're like, we can't make money. We can't control, who leaves comments. This is ridiculous. Ballinger wrote, I have a highly modern comment section and many say it is the kindest on YouTube. This makes no sense. Remove the few comments and ban the user.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
YouTube responded that these recent actions were due to an abundance of caution.
Because they got what's going on is they got their butts in trouble because apparently there's a kitty porno ring, which I don't think anybody's surprised by this. Have you seen the stupid Spider-Man and Elsa videos? I mean, hello. Yeah. No one's surprised by this. And I do agree you need to take steps and stop that immediately because as a mom and a teacher, that's messed up. You need to do your part to stop that. But I understand abundance of caution. But you look at the situation, and this person is not somebody that's associated with that.
No.
There's no reason to punish the creator. The abundance of caution would be you hire a bunch of people that's their job to investigate this. It's their job to determine whether or not the person that's the creator is at fault or the commenter is at fault. But that requires money, and it takes away money from them. So they're not going to do it. So we'll threaten the creators. So the creators are so afraid they'll police their own sections, and then they get to save money. And they get to come out looking like, they're the best thing ever.
They're Google. They have infinite money. Like, seriously, if it means that much to you, Google, go hire about 500,000 people to police all the damn comments on YouTube.
Well, it's cheaper. Get everybody else to do it. So they're so afraid they're going to lose their monetization. But then this person's, I don't even.
Anyway, so many other took Ballinger's side, saying YouTube was punishing creators for user comments. Yes, on Twitter. So if anyone brigades and comments on a video they don't like with offensive language, the video creator will be punished. That sounds like a foolproof plan. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes, exactly what's I'm telling you from past experience and what I saw on webcomics. When people found out they could tank people's monetization by clicking ads repeatedly, they went and did it. And a lot of people lost their monetization because the people didn't like that, or people were mad they were ahead of them, or whatever. They did nothing wrong, but they lost it because people went and did this. I know for a fact this happens.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen, because there are some YouTube channels out there that have drawn some ire from some people on Twitter, and they've tried repeatedly to get those channels shut down. They haven't been able to get the channel shut down going through the current terms of service with YouTube. Some of the, especially in the comic situation, Clownfish TV was Spider-Man video geeking was talking about.
Oh, he'll explain that.
Oh, we'll explain it. LOZ or Laws, thank you. They did, Neon. They conscripted their creators.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm doing. Save the money. Go ahead. The Spider-Man videos.
Spider-Man videos. Okay, so just this is kind of what caused the adpocalypse, I guess. Last year or the year before, there were all these creepy quote-unquote kids videos featuring...
Targeted to children. Marked as for children.
Right. And what they did is they sort of piggybacked on legitimate popular kids videos.
Yeah.
Featuring, like, Spider-Man, Joker, Elsa.
Whatever characters are popular, that they'd use that.
Right. So then they would keyword their videos similarly, but there's some really weird shit going on in these videos. I mean, really weird stuff.
Yeah, we found our daughter watching them. We're like, oh, hell no. And we made, and she was littler. But they were bad. Like, some of the things that went on was, like, just downright, like, they were talking about softcore porn. I mean, some of these videos were. They were
like chopping up princesses. They were, sticking syringes in the princesses.
They were sticking stuff in orifices and stuff like that too.
Right? Yeah, it got weird. It got weird. Some of them were just dumb, and some of them were really freaky.
Luckily, our daughter didn't see the really, really bad ones.
Right, and so what was going on is, kids would watch the innocent enough Elsa videos or Elsa cosplayers or whatever, and then they would recommend these other creepy videos, and so that sort of helped trigger the adpocalypse, where YouTube was a lot more strict with the content, especially content geared toward kids. It's crazy.
So anyway, do we have a time limit on this and what they're going to do?
Okay, so wow.
Here. This Enter Elysium has a 250,000 YouTube subscribers wrote, you must be aware of the power of fandoms and groups and how that makes that both untenable and unprofitable. I'm trying to read from the sideways. For anyone who falls afoul of them, let alone hate mobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's what's going to happen. The channels, hey, Mike Short, we just got back. I will touch base with you. So what happened was, oh my God. So there are channels out there that people have tried to get pulled down, especially in the comic circles and stuff like that. They haven't been able to do it based on YouTube's terms of service, because the video content itself was innocuous or not bad enough to get a strike or whatever. Those hate mobs on Twitter are absolutely going to go to those channels, and they're going to leave garbage comments to try to get the channels taken down that way.
Yeah.
You know it. You know it.
Somebody else said about, protect the children, how it may be keeping those 12-year-olds off YouTube. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with that, because I've been there. My son's playing games and stuff, and there are these kids, and the stuff that comes out of these kids' mouths, I'm just sitting like, oh my gosh, what the little heck just died is here. And these are like kids, and like the squeakers are like calling you F-bombs and calling you all kinds of names, and I'm just like, how is this even allowed? And they're allowed to do it on, so and my daughter was getting comments from some other girl calling her names and calling her foul names and stuff, and it turned out she had a channel herself, and our daughter, God love her comment to that was, we didn't tell her right away, we wanted to hurt her feelings, and we told her later. And we said her channel doesn't have many subscribers. And her daughter's comment was, oh, I feel bad for her. She must feel pretty bad that she had to make those comments. I'm like, I wish I was as pure as you. I really do. Because she wasn't. She felt bad for the person calling her names.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. So this is where it gets really tricky. Okay, so Keemstar said one way to deal with potential abuse is for YouTubers to disable the comments on their videos when they're uploaded, but others comment that could hurt a video's reach and page views. Yes, absolutely, which would hurt the career as well. Because it is. A lot of times people come in to comment. They come in to react to comments. And
they might watch it 3 or 4 times because they want to comment, which helps the creator.
Right. And YouTube's algorithm is currently set up in a way that the more comments, the more popular the video is deemed, the more it's going to get recommended. So yeah, it's going to hurt you to turn those off.
So my next comment was, what comments constitute this? Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. So YouTube did not reply. So the Daily Dot reached out to YouTube to say, what could you do to stop this, right? YouTube did not immediately reply to the Daily Dot request for comment on how they can mitigate the risk of a potential bad actor with bad intentions trying to spam the comment section of an appropriate video to demonetize the content. It's clear that YouTube's issues are far from over. So here we go. They have an update. YouTube spokesperson told the Daily Dot on Friday that the platform has deemed it necessary at this point to limit the ads on videos that could be at risk for predatory comments.
But what constitutes predatory comments?
they're not clear. YouTube also said it isn't looking at entire channels for limited ads. Instead, only individual videos are facing that scrutiny. Just
they're
wait.
not going to block the whole channels. They're just doing videos.
But just wait.
What they should do is they should reach out and say, hey, just so you know, we're going to have to turn this off unless you have like 3 hours or something to fix the problem. Find the comment and fix it. But they're not going to do that. Clearly, they have the equipment to find out where these comments are. So there's no reason why they couldn't reach out to the creators and tell them it's there so they can fix it.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they can clearly find them, then there's clearly no reason why they can't tell the creators.
Right. YouTube did not respond to an initial request or initial question about the potential for trolls to harass content creators and impact their ad revenue. YouTube doesn't answer shit unless they absolutely have to. I mean, let's be clear. Even if you're a content creator, even if there are people who have hundreds of thousands or even millions of subs, and they sometimes do not even get clear answers from YouTube. You basically have to guess. You just have to guess. And YouTube, I think they're intentionally vague because they want to be able to flip whatever arbitrary switch.
Or they could say in court, we didn't say that.
To protect themselves. Yeah.
We didn't specify that and whatever. And it's just messed up. And if you have the technology to go and find these comments that enough that you can turn the monetization on that channel, then there's no reason why you couldn't let the channel creator know there's comments on that channel you need to monitor, and so that they can take steps, or they can turn or just turn the comments off in that video. Here's the idea. Just say, there's some comments in this video that is problematic, so we are just going to suspend comments. We're not taking your video. We're not taking your ads away. We're just turning comments off on this particular video because of some comments that have been made.
And we're
going to monitor your next videos to make sure that you're not having the same problem with these people.
Right.
You know, that's the exact same amount of work.
Yeah, that is. Just shut the comments off and you can still monetize the video. Why are you taking the money away when the comments are, for the most part, out of your control, short of hiring a full-time community manager or something, which the vast majority of YouTubers cannot afford a full-time community manager. I mean, this is just bullshit.
I mean, honestly, we're probably going to turn ours off because I have no doubt people are going to come make comments on ours, because how dare I mention that women can look like women and it's not problematic. How dare I? How dare I say that looking like a girl is not a bad thing?
Well, you know what's gonna
take him down.
You know what's gonna happen, right? You know what's gonna happen
piss me off and I'll go
is
after you.
YouTube relies on people to rat other people. Like, YouTube doesn't take action a lot of times unless somebody is out there ratting out somebody else. So you're gonna have a really uneven enforcement of this. You're gonna have people who have legitimately creepy ass comments in their videos, and then you're gonna have other people that maybe the comments aren't as bad, but they're gonna be the ones that get pulled down.
But don't worry, if we do have to turn our comments off, guys, we do have another place for you to go to comment. So you can still watch the videos and you can comment over there, but it just sucks. We're gonna lose money because of it.
Mark C, thank you, didn't have to do that. In other words, if you have trigger words like the P word or a variation of it in your video or title, comments, or toast. Well, I mean, now they do that. Like we talked about how the Anime News Network called us Nazis on Twitter. I couldn't actually put Nazi in the title of the video because it was problematic. So I actually had to spell Nazi like Yahtzee just to be able to get the video.
But it's okay if people call us that in the comments. Right. They're allowed. That's not hate speech. But if you mention something in regards to that, you're in trouble for it. So it's just ridiculous. I don't even have words. Like someone said, if you can find the comment enough to take the monetization with my channel, why can't you just delete the comment? That's a very good question.
Well, okay, so how come these and
what are the comments that are bad? They're not even telling you.
These censor bots pop up in live streams if you say the wrong thing more than you should. We've had it happen to us. We were joking about She-Ra, Boots and Genocide. Well, because people said the G word more than 3 times, here comes YouTube's censor bot to strike all those comments from existence. So this is just ridiculous.
And the flip side now, not to defend them, but they're also probably like, oh crap, we're so liable for so many lawsuits if this continues. But they're knee jerking and going to extreme the other way, and they're not thinking this through clearly. I mean, they're so afraid of lawsuits and things now because now they're opened up to it. But my thought is, if you let things go, that there was enough, that there was all these rings on your site because you weren't paying attention, and you let that go, that is on you. That is not on the creators. You know what I'm saying? Automatic, thank you, didn't have to do that. Worrying at some folks wondering how to weaponize. Yeah, because what's going to happen is it's going to be weaponized.
You don't like a channel for whatever reason. I mean, especially with people in the comic situation now. So they have so many enemies on Twitter. people doing these comic book videos. It's going to be so easy for them to get together on Twitter and be like, let's create a bunch of fake accounts and spam so-and-so's YouTube channel with a bunch of garbage comments.
The flip side is, since some people are mad at the people that are the far leftist in comics, and they have channels, I can see people doing the same thing to them. To be fair, I can see people going and doing it to them as well. I really can. So, I mean, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying I can just see people doing the exact same things to the complete opposite side as well. I don't think it's going to be like a one side, only type thing. I think it's going to cross over. I think it's going to totally cross over, and it's going to be YouTube gate.
YouTube gate. They've already had several gates. YouTube has had freaking more gates than a farm. They've got gates. I mean, it's been happening.
Okay, YouTube mega gate.
Oh, there goes a big truck.
Yeah.
We have a truck in our video. We're being demonetized. Anyway, yeah. So this is bad because literally, if this woman and her kid videos can be demonetized, anybody can.
But I want to know is what constitutes these comments. Is it only about in relation to children, or is it other things? And I mean, if it's relation to children, I 100% agree. Those comments need to be removed.
Well, I think they're probably. I mean, if I had to guess, I would guess some creeps are making comments about her children doing gymnastics and all the weird stuff that could be associated with that.
So they're not even specifying what constitutes these comments that will get you in trouble. So no one even knows what to... If you're trying to police your channel, you don't even know what to take down because... Now, if someone made creepy comments like that about kids, I'd take it down immediately anyway.
Yeah. Mark C., thank you again. Didn't have to do that, sir. Never ever show panels from Eric Larson's Savage Dragon. I saw a tweet the other day when we're in Disney World with Eric Larson's Savage Dragon. I'm like, what's the big deal? And I clicked on it. I'm like, oh my God!
Because I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't want to know.
I didn't show it to you because we were in a place with a lot of children, and that is not the kind of work you want kids seeing.
I'm really upset now if it's bad because I'm like a teacher
no,
and a
it
mom.
doesn't. I don't. Well, yeah. So anyway. Oh my God. So this has gone crazy now. Where is YouTube's official stand on this? Now they're saying eventually. Now this is going back to One Angry Gamer. YouTube has not said anything about channels being banned, but they're going to apparently they're going to make it clearer that you're inoffensive. They're going to give you an opportunity to repent.
Okay, wait. They are going to give you an opportunity to fix it. If they find a problematic comment in your video, they are going to give you a chance to go and fix that video. Is that right? Or comment? Is that what I?
That is as I understand.
Because that I can see. Like we found an inappropriate comment on your thing that you might not be aware of. You have like a few hours to remove it, or you're going to get demonetized. I can understand that. That I can understand. Where you're like, oh, let me go find the comment so I can fix it.
I had to make a video with a stick figure and a big red X on your channel. Although 98% of you never break our community guidelines, they are vital to making YouTube a strong community and balancing freedom of expression. I don't think the woman who did the gymnastics videos breaking their guidelines.
No.
With freedom to belong. That's why from our earliest days we relied on a 3-strike system and email notices to give everyone a chance to review and understand what went wrong before they face more severe consequences.
I agree with that. I'm like, maybe you didn't know, and then I thought they wouldn't even give you any notice. I mean, if they give you notice and they tell you there's a problem, we're not giving you a strike yet.
She didn't have
notice. I know now, but they're implementing this now that everybody's mad. Is that what's going on after
I think
the fact?
This is called the backpedaling.
So what I'm saying is they need to. Well, first of all, I need to fix her because she didn't do anything wrong, and I don't see what's wrong letting you know. Hey, there's a comment on there. It's problematic. You need to remove it right away. If it's not removed, we're going to have to give you a strike. That's fair, I think. Because maybe you didn't know it was there.
Kid video. I love kid video. Actually, we were talking about that the other day. Anyway, it works. 94% of those who do receive a first strike never get a second one. This sounds sort of like the Chinese mafia. We'll just cut a finger off today. Next time we'll cut your throat.
I was thinking something else. I can think of something else people would be more afraid to have cut off.
This is ridiculous. We want to give even you, and they always spam like this is for your benefit. I love how YouTube does this. They're always like this is for your benefit.
We're trying to scare you, so you spend your time patrolling your comments, so we don't have to hire people to do it, and we save money.
Yeah, right. We want to give you even more opportunities to learn about our policies. So starting on February 25th, all channels will receive a one-time warning the first time they post content that crosses the line.
If they post content...
Oh my God.
Listen, if they post content that crosses the line, I can see that.
That crosses the line. Where is the line?
But listen, that's it. We don't know where the line is. But two, that one they're saying you're giving a warning if you post content that crosses the line. Well, if you post content that crosses the line, that is on you. But we like to know what that line specifically is. But that is on you. So that's fine because that's on you. But where the problem lies isn't that. The problem lies where you get in trouble for somebody else saying something that you have no control over.
Okay, Slithering Peanut corrected me. It is, okay, it's the Yakuza that cuts off fingers. Okay.
Well, see, clearly you're not part of those groups.
Apparently not. I still got all my
now they're going after you.
I love this. The first time they post content that crosses the line. But we're saying it's not even the content.
What's the line?
Freaking comments. The comments can cross the line.
Content crossing the line, I agree with. Content crossing the line, I totally agree with. As long as you specify what that line is.
And YouTube never does. They never do. They never do. They never do. With no penalties to their channel except for the removal of that content. This is to make sure everyone takes the time to learn about our community guidelines.
But what are the guidelines? What is the line? You have to say the line.
And then they can quickly get back to creating great content and engaging with their audience in a way that complies with our rules.
Which are? What constitutes?
With this new warning, we're also expanding the policy resources available in our help center to give more detail about what behavior will result in a strike.
What good? Are they giving actual lines? What it is? I want to know what it is.
Happy little people policies and safety.
What are the lines? That's what I want to know.
Use the flagging feature to rat out your peers.
Nudity and sexual content. Well, clearly, harmful or dangerous meaning what?
Hateful content. Hateful content.
What is that?
Cyberbullying.
Okay, wait. We don't support content promotes condones violence against individuals or groups based on race, ethnic, religion, disability, gender, age, nationality, veteran status, sexual orientation, gender. Well, I agree. I don't think that's okay either. Whose primary purpose is indoctrinating hatred on the basis of quote characteristics. But I've seen people have been accused of that when they didn't do that. I'm getting told that I don't like She-Ra, so I'm clearly a misogynistic white dude, and I'm like, but that's not true. Where aren't these people getting strikes?
Okay, here we go. Consistent strikes across all of YouTube. This is, YouTube's actually talking about consistency. That's the first. We're also making the penalty. I can just picture this in like a saccharine sweet, like Dolores Umbridge voice. We're also making the penalty for violating our community guidelines the same wherever it happens. And then she does a little laugh, While most strikes result from videos, our community guidelines cover, here we go. This is where it gets tricky, guys. This is where it gets tricky. While most strikes result from videos, our community guidelines cover all content on YouTube, including stories, custom thumbnails, or links to other websites included in a video's description.
Well, I can understand that.
So wait, if you link to a problematic news article, and they use garbage, language on that news article, and you're talking about how garbage this was, could that give you a strike?
Apparently.
I mean, what the hell? Previously, not all strikes had the same penalty on your channel. Now everything is equally offensive. For example, first strikes on videos would trigger a 90-day freeze on live streaming, and second strikes would result in a 2-week freeze on new video uploads. We heard from many of you that this was confusing, and the penalty didn't match the source of the strike. Now, based on your feedback, all community guideline strikes will have the same penalty. So if you stole a pack of gum or you murdered somebody, it's all the same to YouTube.
Well, if you're gonna go for it, I guess. Anyway.
Yes. As mentioned, everyone who uploads content to YouTube will now receive a warning for the first time their content crosses the line.
Yeah, because your lines aren't specific. Anyway, go ahead.
Crosses the line. Oh my God, that's just like so dark.
I honestly think this is all try to cover their butts. This is what the whole thing's about. Go ahead.
Where is the line? They need to actually
They
have
did. You were on there, but you left it.
Well, it's confusing. Although the content...
But they gave you the line.
The content will... they need to link to the line.
They did! And you went to it.
But it wasn't linked to the line.
Yeah, it was.
Policy resources.
Yeah, you went on there. If you go back to it, there was they were specifying the line.
YouTube, you need to do another video. Where is this freaking line? Although the content will be removed, there will be no other penalty on the channel. There will only be one warning, unlike strikes. The warning will not reset after 90 days. Oh, the warning will not reset after 90 days. So this isn't like points on your driver's license. This is like...
You get one warning, and if it's like a year later, you still had your warning, even though you didn't do anything.
You had your warning 5 years ago.
But what if you honestly didn't think it was something that crossed the line because it wasn't clear? You know what I'm saying? This is nuts. They're going to lose so many people and so much money on this.
Yeah, William, thank you. Didn't have to do that. This is a sign of the times. Sadly enough, false claims attack on people's videos are just stage an event to try and cause trouble. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're opening up the Pandora's box.
Mm-hmm. They're going to make it
They're
worse.
going to kill themselves. YouTube is going to hurt itself trying to protect a handful of advertisers. Mm-hmm. This is not going to go well. The first strike will result in a 1-week freeze on the ability to upload any new content to YouTube, including live streaming and other channel
1
activities.
week isn't too terrible.
Okay, strikes do expire after 90 days. Okay, the second strike in a 90-day period will result in a 2-week freeze on the ability to upload any new content. The third strike, they huff and they puff, and they'll blow your house down.
Actually, I don't think this is bad.
Third strike in a 90-day period will result. That's pretty much what it is now.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I mean, I understand if you're gonna. I mean, I'm talking about people are blatant, but this doesn't address the fact that are these strikes considered your comments when you can't control what is said in your comments. That's why they're not saying whether it is.
Well, they're being very, very unclear. Most result from videos. It can be all content on YouTube, including stories, custom thumbnails, or comments. Apparently comments, because that's what is going on.
Do we ever find out what the inappropriate comments were?
No, I don't want to look them up because we'll probably be flagged too.
Yeah, that's true.
Transparency about your channel status. Finally, we always want to make it clear why a strike occurred, what that means for your channel, and the next steps that are available, including appealing the decision in case you think it was a mistake. To that end, we're making our email and desktop notifications clearer.
Okay, good.
And they will provide more details on.
Okay, that's good, because a lot of times that's
YouTube
a good thing. That's a good thing, YouTube, because a lot of times you don't make it very clear. So I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. That is a good thing.
There's like channel strike for what? Take your pick.
So they are going to make it clear. So what we've established here is, they are not just going to take you down for no reason. They're going to give you a warning, let you know what the problem is. Okay, good. And they're going to and the strikes seem to be less. Like, I mean, you get less punishment in the time frame. And then they're making it clear. So in that regard, okay, fine, cool. YouTube's going to make them clear.
Yeah, but they're not making it clear. Again, this is what's worrying. Like, okay, fine. The content's one thing, right? The content is one thing, but the comments. Well,
all these new comments.
You can't control the commenters.
But all the stuff YouTube's saying now has come after the backlash from this, correct?
Yeah.
So, they shouldn't have done that. And I'm thinking they're getting a lot of backlash. Now they're trying to be very clear now because of the backlash they got from that.
Okay, so that is what's going on with YouTube. So, guys, if one day our comment section disappears, we'll try to give you guys warning.
Yeah, please don't watch our videos. Feel free to go over to the Facebook page, or not the Facebook page, the YouTube, or the website. I can't even think. The website, and talk there. Feel free to go there and discuss things. I mean, but again, if you go too far, we will delete it because we don't want to see things.
If we see it, sometimes we don't see these comments. I've seen crappy comments like 3 weeks after people posted them. I had no idea. Mm-hmm. I had no idea because we cannot monitor. And again, we are not a big channel. We have less than 25,000 subs, but we still get hammered with thousands of comments on every video. We cannot police everything. We can't. Mm-hmm.
So if your comment disappears, just understand that you might have deleted it because we thought it might get us in trouble. So if your comment disappears for no reason, do not take offense. So but also be better about your comments so we don't get in trouble. And also, if a comment section disappears, just understand that you can still listen to what we have to say, and you can still comment about what we say on our own website, but you can't, you can't comment on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, we said before about how we're going old school with our own websites, but we kind of have to because the situation with Patreon, I think Patreon is going to implode soon because of this ridiculous policing that they're doing. And it's the same with YouTube, where if we can't come on YouTube, then I guess we just post our videos. And if you want to talk about our videos or interact with us, you're going to have to do it. Your guys' site doesn't show up on Google.
It did before.
Interesting. Okay. Well, no, the clownfishtalk.com takes you directly to the forum on the site. So
it's actually through a site. Yeah, that takes you directly to the forum.
Yeah, Dragon Voldor, thank you. Didn't have to do that. $1.68. So this is crazy.
We're gonna talk about Vic here in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Vic.
Speaking of crazy. Go ahead. Anyway.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. We're trying to play catch up on the Vic situation.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to catch up to it.
So, okay, so as we left it with Vic, now we have been in and out of town the last week and a half. We kind of got caught up in the Vic situation because we commented on it as neutral parties. We got called out by Anime News Network, or by an editor at Anime News Network for being Nazis. They tried to backpedal on that, and then they doubled down. They said, "Well, no,
they actually hit it in their forums."
Oh, then they hit it. Yeah.
So we wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
So we can say it when you can't see it. It's like people can see it. There's still people that can see it.
So we are going to. Okay, now even some more background information on that before we again.
Yes, we're on stream. Someone
we are have been neutral mostly on this. We're kind of reporting the facts of what happened. The reason, we kind of started talking about Vic, one, it is news, but two, we had people coming to us months ago, many months ago, saying about how Funimation and Crunchyroll and Anime News Network were probably going to kick off some kind of anime gate because they're all kind of in cahoots with each other, and they're just waiting for like the right time to strike, but it was absolutely going to happen, and I blew them off. I totally did, and I admit it. And I don't know if they're watching, the people, the insiders are watching the stream or not, but I actually blew them off because I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous to be like, oh, come on. It's just, we're talking about dubbed anime. There's not going to be a big, fiasco about it. And sure enough, within like a week of Dragon Ball Broly being released, Dragon Ball Super Broly, and it broke like all kinds of records for an anime movie in American theaters, this happens. William, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Switching gears just a bit. I was wondering if Geeky knew anything about the rumors about Hasbro bringing back the retro She-Ra line, both as classic size and Barbie size figures.
I've been out, so I don't know. But all
Mattel
I know
is bringing them back somewhat.
Mattel is going to bring. They keep saying they're going to bring these dolls. I know they're doing one that's the Barbie size at the PowerCon this year. I do know next year's a big anniversary for She-Ra. So if I were going to bet when they would do something where they bring back the big Barbie size and then they bring back the figures, if they would do it, it would be next year or the end of this year because it's the anniversary next year of She-Ra. So if they were going to do something, I'd guess then. But I haven't even really got a chance to look at anything in the last like few days because I wasn't even home. But when I was checking before I left at Toy Fair, there wasn't anything other than the announcement for PowerCon. And I kept checking to see because I wanted to know too if they're bringing the dang dolls out. Which Mattel, I really want those dolls. Please don't. Please really remember me when you get the dolls out. Anyway. Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, how we got kind of dragged into the Vic situation. You're not showing up my subscription.
We keep hearing that from people. We keep getting unsubscribed from people too.
700 people in the middle of the afternoon. Though. That's not bad. For
yeah.
middle of the afternoon.
So we might have had more people.
Some people, I know, if we're not being blocked because we're Nazis. No. So what happened was, we were very neutral with Vic. It was so weird. We were like, okay, here are the facts. Here's what we know. There haven't been any formal charges.
Still haven't been, as far as I know.
No, there haven't been any formal charges pressed against Vic, but he is losing work already, and that coupled with the scuttlebutt we'd heard months before, it just all kind of meshed up. But again, we didn't say, hey, Vic didn't do anything wrong. We just said, here are the facts.
Yeah, what we said was he admits that he was probably hugging
and touchy-feely, yeah.
But he wasn't doing it to be malicious. He just thought people, that's what they wanted. I mean, because you got a lot of people, and I've been at anime cons. One, a lot of the voice actors act the same way. I've seen it in person. And two, a lot of the attendees, you see them going up to these guys. They're unbuttoning their blouses. They're hiking up their skirts. Yeah. They're shaking their hair, trying to look cuter before they get there. Not that I'm blaming them. I'm just saying, I'm sure they asked for hugs. I'm sure they said, oh, I love you, give me, a hug. I'm sure they did. Because I've seen it. But he admits that he shouldn't have probably hugged and kissed people.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that
they all do.
Yeah,
just saying, seen it.
If Vic is guilty, nearly every other voice actor is guilty as well. Because we've done these conventions. We've told people before. We were on I was on Yellow Flash's stream. I said, look, we have done anime conventions for years. Now, we haven't in 3 or 4 years.
Someone said, I think it was Perth said about Pixel Dan. Yeah, I did see his pictures. That's where I found out about the She-Ra doll coming to PowerCon. But go ahead. Sorry.
Jason Whitty, thank you. Didn't have to do that. First time using Super Chat. Love your content. Thank you very much. So, anyway, so this has escalated, and we're trying to make heads or tails of what is going on.
Yeah, and like Mike's saying, let's be honest, for 10 years of hugging, kissing fans on request, you probably run autopilot. Yeah, that's what I think. I think too. I honestly think that you just do it because you just assume everybody wants it. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm sure when you get to be a bigger person, a bigger, celebrity in that field, it kind of does go to your head, which he admitted. You kind of get a little bit like, everybody wants a piece of me, he. And I'm sure, you don't mean to be like that, but sometimes it happens. And he admitted that's what happened. So he admitted to that part. So we've always said that he admits that he did that and he shouldn't have done that because apparently some people didn't want hugs and some people apparently decided they didn't want hugs like several years after the fact when they wanted them before, but that's a whole other subject. But go ahead.
And that's like, oh, when I was 13 this is cool, but now that I'm 26
now that I know better,
I've been to college and I know better.
I
know this is
been
wrong.
To college, I know better.
So that's kind of what happened. But anyway, so Nick Rekieta Law, who has a channel on YouTube and he covers, I guess, pop culture related.
You need to refresh this because it's up higher.
It's up higher now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was 51. Now it's 51, 824.
Let's turn the comments up, guys. Hold on.
So I want to read a little bit about this. and he kind of gives us the nickel tour of what has happened. I mean, this is like, well, oh my God, this has escalated that there's actually a GoFundMe out there. We wondered before we went traveling as to whether or not, Vic would actually pursue legal action, because at least from where, I'm sitting, his career has basically been destroyed. Based on rumor and scuttlebutt and all of that. And, no formal charges have been pressed.
Well, that's just it. I mean, does it make, because there's no formal charges being pressed, does that make it untrue? No, it does not make it untrue. But it's a little weird that, because if someone did those things to me that they're claiming that went beyond just what he admitted to, I think my first thing would have been to go and report it. But then again, I know a lot of women, they said that they feel like they won't be listened to or believed or whatever. And that does happen, sadly. But I don't know. It's just so much. I don't even know what to think at this point. It's so weird.
Well, then here I can't follow. Okay, so Tyler Preston, thank you. Didn't have to do that. And like Yellow Flash, you guys might have Mars Girl encourage her followers to mass flag your Vic videos for spreading misinformation.
We haven't spread anything. We have just read articles. That's all we do.
The consensus at least from YouTube, and again, we cannot verify any of this information. It's going to take us days to go back and figure out exactly where we think things are. But Mars Girl she is sort of, comes up a lot. Her name comes up a lot.
I know. I don't know who she is, but I mean, I know who she is of her because of people reading stuff. I never actually followed her, so I don't know.
Yeah, she was part of Channel Awesome. She is an anime, quote unquote, journalist. But her name does come up often.
Well, how come she's a quote-unquote journalist, but we're not quote-unquote journalists, we're Nazis?
We're Nazis.
You know what I'm saying? But we actually are just sticking to articles and just reading what the news is. We're just reporting on the news. It's all we've done. Go ahead, anyway.
Yeah, so Vic spent, this is coming from Nick Ricada. Vic spent the past 2 decades building a career as a voice actor. He worked with great people, made great friends, and represented great companies. Over the past month, all of that work and goodwill was maliciously and brutally destroyed by a dedicated group hell-bent on dragging his name and reputation into oblivion. The timing is weird. Mark C. again, thank you, didn't have to do that. Just test the algorithm. Have you heard Mile High Comics will be hosting a drag show for underage kids?
Oh my God! Please don't do that to us.
Oh no, Mile High.
Thank you. If we get demonetized, we appreciate it.
Yeah, this capped off with hurtful allegations from people Vic has worked with and considered friends for many years. Again, to Geeky's point.
Sorry, that's funny.
Again, to Geeky's point. If you knew all of this wrongdoing,
that's what I keep saying,
was going on, aren't you guilty?
That's what I'm
saying.
By
not saying anything and letting people get hurt year after year after year
after
year.
As a mom, as a teacher, as a woman, okay? If some people knew that this person was going out and doing these things, and it could harm me, it could harm my children, it could harm students I had in class or whatever, I am not happy about the fact that people knew this was going down and they said and did nothing. And don't give me that, well, Me Too wasn't a thing then, so no one would believe us. Oh, bullcrap. You're no one's believing you now either, but whatever. But I'm just saying this whole Me Too thing now makes it okay to say something is crap, because then you knew people were being harmed this entire time and you did nothing about it. You are just as guilty because you stood by and let people get molested. If it's true, which I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying by their argument, if you knew about it, and these other voice actors too, same thing. If you said, oh, we knew it's been going on for years, we didn't say anything. If you knew and you said and did nothing, people got supposedly assaulted while you said and did nothing. I'm like, that just makes you as bad. So why are you innocent? Right. I'm just saying, that just makes you every bit as bad. Yeah. I'm just saying.
JRM0220. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. Thank you for making Anime News Network mad.
What we do is report on the news.
We didn't do anything.
We just report on the news.
Their editor came at us. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
When Geeky teach my kid, call her Mrs. Geeky. Yeah, Mrs. Geeky. That's
Mrs.
right.
Geeky. That's right.
Well, I'm just Geeky. He's Mr. Geeky. That's
you have
to understand that. Okay.
She's Madam Geeky. All kneel before Madam Geeky. Well, no, don't do that. That sounds wrong. Never mind. Just forget I said that.
Well, you're welcome to kneel, because that's where men's faces belong. Anyway, go ahead. So.
Now, Vic has been removed from Rooster Teeth and Funimation and disinvited from several conventions, disconnecting him from income and fans and supporters. This is true. Corilu Stromboli, thank you. Captain Vic. Vic Kick. He's kicking back, I guess. So he is pursuing legal action. Vic has tried to mitigate the situation with public statements.
Yeah, he said, hey, don't harass people. We're taking care of it, And
even his apologies were ripped apart. The attacks on him and his character persist. You're not allowed to apologize. You can't apologize. You apologize they come after you harder.
It doesn't matter.
They don't want you to apologize. They want you to go away completely.
But I mean, it was interesting in his apology, though. He did admit that he said, yes, I hug and kiss people and I probably shouldn't. But like I said, to be fair, to be completely fair, as being that we've been to anime cons many times, he is not the only one who does that. And that was my thing. I'm like, if that's all it was, there's a whole bunch of people who do that. So maybe the takeaway is, instead of going after him, it should be that we are going to put policies in place that you are allowed to hug and kiss the voice actors, even if you ask, like, they're not allowed to do that. Because I've seen it done by male and female voice actors a lot. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if Vic is guilty, everybody else is guilty too. That's kind of the way I view it. So Vic tried to mitigate. Yeah, the fund is set for Vic's legal defense fees. There are many possible defendants in different jurisdictions, from boring bloggers to Are we a boring blogger?
Apparently.
Are we one of
I guess we're boring bloggers.
Okay.
I'm not boring. I'm fabulous.
Matt Adams. Hi, big fan. Do you think we should sue for wrongful termination?
Vic should sue for wrongful termination.
Or he should sue, yeah. Or his accusers.
Vic should sue, yeah.
Vic should sue.
He can't read.
I think he can, because nothing has been proven. I think it's all...
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to make comments about that, because I don't know.
Nick Rekieta is saying that since it's all hearsay thus far, it technically could be, he could have legal recourse. E-Hero Andrew, thank you, didn't have to do that. Do you think that Rooster Teeth will accept him back? No. I think Vic will stay away from Funimation. Yeah, they were all his friends and they stabbed him in the back. Yeah. No, I wouldn't work for him again. Tom, 531 Cat, thank you, didn't have to do that. Enjoy, you guys. I'm glad you guys tried to stay neutral. It's also a mess with the voice actor overall. Buckle from Crazy Ride. Yeah, this is crazy. It's like those Weeb Wars. Yeah, it's not Anime Gate, it's Weeb Wars.
We're just trying to make sense of it. We're trying to stay neutral and look at the facts and try to make sense of it. It's all we've tried to do. And apparently that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing. That is enough to try.
Switzerland is bad.
Yeah, right? Being Switzerland is bad. So, because everybody hates you when you're
Everybody hates you. Everybody hates you.
Okay, so this is, now, according to Nick Rekieta, I did watch his video on it. He thinks he actually has a case, provided there are no major bombshells that come out and somebody's got like a videotape or something.
Provided there isn't actual evidence that he did it. So, I mean, keep that in mind. You know, that's provided that. Go ahead.
He said there are many possible defendants in different jurisdictions.
Yeah, you read that. Okay.
I am not representing Vic in legal capacity. So Nick Rekieta, to be clear, is not Vic's lawyer.
No.
But he is aware of the team who is. So apparently he is taking legal action.
Yeah.
Because he's talking to somebody. And will coordinate this to fund to pay for Lick's...
Vic's. Why can't you read today?
Because I can't.
So far it's you. It's Lick.
Lick.
So see, if his name was Lick, he'd be in more trouble.
His name was Lick, he'd be in more trouble. God. Vic's legal fees. I'm not used to talking because we haven't done videos.
We haven't had much sleep either.
Oh my God.
We were having trouble last night.
Litigation costs are highly dependent on... I haven't even been drinking yet. I need to drink more. Maybe I'm like Homer Simpson.
I'll say maybe you're like a drunk master.
Or not Homer Simpson. I'm sorry. See, I got that wrong.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'm like Peter Griffin on Family Guy, where the more he drinks, the more...
You're drunken master.
Yeah, the more intelligent he is, the better he can play the piano.
No, I've seen you drink. That's not true.
Oh my
anyway,
God.
Go ahead.
I have not been having enough fruity drinks. That's a problem.
Yeah, he likes fruity drinks.
The text in A3, thank you, didn't have to do that. If you're not with them, they will lie in fake attacks and evidence.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that
too. That is true. That is true. I'm not. So yeah, if his name was Lick Vagina, it would be a wrap. Yeah, we'd be done.
We're so gonna have to do.
Vic will be fine without Funimation, since they have 5 small roles in Pokemon Power of Us, and that's not a funny dub. Funimation, I think, is going to hurt tremendously.
I'm so mad because here's the thing of Funimation. I really want to see the Fruits Basket thing, though, guys. I want to see it. I'm going to cover that, so you don't get too mad at me.
Funimation, Funimation can crash.
I'll watch the sub, not the dub.
Funimation can crash and burn after Fruits Basket. After that, Funimation has permission to die.
It's fine. I will watch the sub. I will watch the dub. There we go. Because I want to see Fruits Basket. So anyway, go ahead.
So Mike Latorres is saying Lick Vagina. Oh, God.
God, please don't. You guys, did you not hear us about the new YouTube guidelines?
The new YouTube guidelines. Here they come. Here come the bots. Okay, so litigation costs are highly dependent on the actions of your opponent, so I'm hoping to raise enough to account for that. We will announce the deposition of any extra funds or disposition. God, I can't deposition.
I can't read. I'm going to read.
It's tiny text and my eyes are bad.
I'm sideways, but I'm going to try.
Wait, what?
I'm over here and the screen's over here.
Sideways.
I mean the screen's kind of to the side. Okay, well, take her that first.
Pensacon Solaris, $2. Thank you. Pirate all Funimation.
No, I don't recommend that. But anyway, okay, where was I reading?
You're sideways right now.
Okay, show me.
We'll announce the disposition.
We will announce the disposition of any extra funds candidly and provide updates on the usage of funds to the extent that such information can be made public. So they're going to let you know where the money goes if there's extra money. Okay.
Yeah.
You know Vic, whether you've supported Vic for years or just recently found out about the situation, you know he never asked for this. That's why I'm doing this, and he is not involved. He is thankful for prayers and support, but in my professional capacity as an attorney, I know this comes at significant financial cost. Well, yes. I mean, lawyers are in court is expensive. But it's time to fight back. Brigades of pseudo-anonymous keyboard warriors cannot be allowed to defame and destroy decades of goodwill on rumor and unverifiable allegation.
That's it. That's it. It's not verified. Like,
well, and then it continues. Companies cannot rely on non-credible accusations and devastate a career on virtue points or for virtue points. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, these companies are getting rid of him based on hearsay because, quite frankly, at this point, when there is no, unless you have actual proof, even if he did it, even if he completely did it, there is no actual proof being offered. So they're just firing people based on rumor. Yeah. And that's where there's a problem. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying that's probably where there's a problem.
Well, this is coming from a lawyer, so
he says the extra money. He does say where it is and what his updates. We're trying to keep up. We can't because we haven't been here for days.
William Sorrells, thank you. Pensacon is threatened to arrest.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too.
That's just batshit crazy. That's a whole nother level of crazy. And they've been pulling passes on people to post videos and comments. Yeah, and I've had people behind the scenes telling me that folks involved with Pensacon are into some
I'm just going to put this out there. People keep calling us. They keep saying that we're Nazis because we didn't take a stand. We were looked at it as objectively as we could as like a news source, right? That's what we did. So we're bad because of that. Meanwhile, there's people trying to deliberately censor anyone that says opposite of what they believe, and they're trying to deliberately keep people out so that there's no, and no free thought or anything involved with this. That to me is more of a Nazi move than anything we did. I'm just saying, if you're gonna start calling people Nazis. These are the people who are behaving in that way. Go ahead.
It's time to fight back.
I read that already. You sure you weren't drinking?
I wasn't drinking. I have water. What's in this water?
Clearly nothing that helps support your intellect. I'm sorry. Because you keep...
My brain is still in...
Your brain is pudding.
My brain is still in the Bahamas.
Your brain's pudding.
Hulk, smash, like button. Yeah, so they're putting money together for Vic. I wondered if Vic, because Vic is an outspoken Christian... And Christians, generally speaking, don't like to sue. So the
Bible says do not sue other Christians. It does not say don't sue at all.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot of Christians.
We used to work in the Christian comic circles, and it was hilarious because I'm not trying to be a dick, but some of those people were the most underhanded butts, and their answer to everything was, well, you can't sue me because the Bible says, after they did crappy things to you. Now, I'm not saying all Christians are like that because, we actually are Christian, but I'm just saying... I've seen
not very good ones.
Yeah, we're not very good ones. But I mean, as Neon will tell you, they would do crappy things, and then they'd say to you, you can't do anything because you're not allowed to sue me for it. Did they not? And you said I'd rather work with secular companies because at least then they're up front.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway. Okay, so yeah, thou shalt not sue thy neighbor. So he probably, but the thing is, his career's destroyed. Like, this guy, he's done. And the thing is, like we said before, what sucks about this, beyond Vic is like anytime somebody levels these kind of allegations at you, you're done. Even if it's not true, you're done. And
I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is or it isn't true because we aren't seeing anything to go by as of right now. With what we've seen, he admits to the one part. He says it never went beyond that, and there is no evidence other than stories.
Somebody produces a tape with him in a room full of, nude 13-year-olds, and we got problems. But I don't think it exists.
But on the same side, that doesn't mean it didn't I mean, I'm just saying, if a guy would, I'm not saying this is him, I'm just saying that if a guy would do things when no one's around, so no one saw it, it would be hard to prove that if it was true. I'm not saying he did, I just saying, because he admits to have it. Why would you admit some of it, not all? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't. You'd admit to all of it. It doesn't make sense, but...
Yeah,
anyway.
So if there's no evidence provided, it's default not true. Well, that's it.
In court,
in court, man, the trucks again. The trucks. Those are real trucks, right? I'm not hearing things.
No, those are real trucks.
Okay, those are real
Now
trucks.
you're concerning me. Anyway.
I am concerned. Yeah, there's nothing that's been produced that is a smoking gun.
That's the thing.
Other than him being touchy-feely, and probably, he should not do that, especially in today's climate. He should not do that, which he admitted. But if he's guilty, then every other anime voice actor is
I'm
also
sorry.
guilty.
Superman said, I'm no Christian, but I find myself defending Christians more than ever because there's license to attack them while other groups are protected. You know what? We don't tell people that we are. I mean, we're not very good at it. But two, we don't tell people we are.
Go get some more booze.
In the circles we run in, as soon as you say that you immediately get treated a completely different way. Even if, because as Christians, we actually are Christians, but we aren't, against people that are different to us at all. Like, I know some people are, we aren't. We don't, go against people. We have friends that are gay. We have friends that are atheists. We have friends that are all. We never, that's their choice.
Some of our best friends are atheists.
It is. It's true. So we don't ever believe that people have to conform to what we believe, and we accept everyone. We always just accept everyone.
You know why I think some of our best friends are atheists? Because when you have a conversation with them, it's not going to be all about religion.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I'm just saying, we try not to tell people that too much because it actually affects us negatively a lot of times. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay.
I know they can, but they a lot of times they would say, "Oh, you can't do that." Go ahead. Anyway,
there's a lot of things.
We just accept people. If you're a cool person and and you're not a dick, I don't care who you are. I don't care what I don't care what gender you are, what nationality you are, what sexual orientation you are, what religion you believe in. I don't care. If you're cool and you're chill and we're cool and we're chill, we're just gonna hang out and have fun. We don't go there. We don't. That doesn't affect our opinion on people.
We just lost half of our viewers.
No,
no, we didn't. Okay, so this is where
they're not cool. Anyway, go ahead. So.
Oh my God! So I can't even keep. I can't even keep up with this.
Now I told you about this, where she was like going. I guess she was going out and saying stuff, and then she tried to backpedal against the fans. Like she was threatening to sue fans apparently, and then she backpedaled on it.
Oh my God! Okay, so Dragon Ball actress Maka Rial. Now, I thought you weren't allowed to mention her name or she would sue you. Is she going to sue comicbook.com?
I don't know.
Like she pulled a Billy Joel and she
we're just reading the news. Go ahead.
Cesario John, I think we'll see AMA News Network fall in this mess. Yeah, I do. I think AMA News Network, look, my own personal opinion is Anime News Network is sort of the connective tissue of a a lot of this
I don't know. Let's keep going. We have to get through all this. And
it's also
it's already
bias
been more than an hour, so.
Okay, so...
Well, they called us Nazis, so they could kiss my butt, basically.
Yeah, right. Anime community continues to be shaken up by the controversy surrounding voice actor and veteran and Dragon Ball Super Broly star Vic Mignogna, who has been accused of a long string of instances involving sexual harassment and misconduct. Hugging people is not exactly...
well, she claims went beyond that. She tells you what her statement is. And a couple other people have said the same thing.
One collateral effect of the Mignogna controversy, this is the Mignogna effect, has been some of his longtime friends and colleagues coming under fire for either speaking out against the actor or not. And one person who attracted some particularly intense controversy is none other than Bulma, Monica Rial.
Okay, wait a second for a second. This is interesting. This is interesting how it's worded. Some of his longtime friends and colleagues coming under fire for either speaking out against the actor or not. It's like we see in comics a lot. If you don't speak out against Comicsgate, they'll come after you and they'll say, well, you must be part of it because you didn't speak out against it. You know what I'm saying? So even if people try to stay neutral because they're trying not to take sides because they don't have the facts, they're being called out for not. And if they want work, they're gonna have to speak out against
Whoa,
it.
You guys, okay. Let's slow down. So, okay, here we go. Thank you very much. George Ramos, Lick Mignogna would make a great Latin adult actor name.
If anybody wants to use that name,
Lick Mignogna. We get royalties on that, right?
No.
There's probably more money.
I don't want royalties from that.
There's probably more money in that than there is doing this. So, hey, sure, Lick Mignogna. Okay, Billy Ritchie, thank you. Didn't have to do that. It's time to put Monica into the trebuchet. Okay, you hear Andrew, thank you. Didn't have to do that. When Vic wins the case and gets money, he should start his own anime dubbing company. I could see him doing that. Actually, I could see him doing that. William, Anime Gate Episode 6, Vic Strikes Back. Lick yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know about the Labella Girls Academy in our high school. Yes, I remember. Labella.
Oh my God. Okay, so Monica Rial, who, I thought last time I heard, if you even mentioned her name in passing, you were going to be sued. She's releasing a full statement involving the controversy with Vic. And reads as follows. I am not going to read.
You inadvertently started a whole new name for somebody for porn industry because you can't read.
Lick Mignogna.
Because you can't read.
They called me Lick Mignogna. Anyway. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. My name is Lick Mignogna.
Lick Mignogna.
My father prepared to cry.
Okay, so he said... Wait, you did what to your father?
I said my name's Lick Mignogna. You killed my father. Prepare to cry.
Oh, I thought you said you peeled my father.
You killed my father. Prepare to cry.
I'm like, wait, what is peeling?
I'm not talking anymore. Stop! No more. We're not saying this anymore. Because Neon can't read. We're going to get demonetized because Neon can't read. Anyway.
It's because my eyes are bad and I'm old.
You have your glasses on.
My glasses are old, too. I haven't even been drinking. God.
I know, right?
Okay.
I'm just like, would you stop already?
Okay, so speaking of creepy, people say it got really creepy. Whenever he saw me, now this is Monica talking about Vic. Whenever he saw me, he'd take a fistful of my hair.
I know. Wait, sorry. He said, I know it's prepare to die. I was making a joke about Lick Mignogna. You killed my father. Prepare to cry. Never mind. Go ahead.
You defeated my father. You resurrected my father.
Okay. Let's read this. Okay.
You're starting an account on Pornhub.
Oh my God! Stop.
This sounds
dirty.
You're
not allowed to do videos anymore.
No, this is Monica Rial saying whenever he saw me, meaning Vic or Lick, Rule 34 people. Rule 34, yeah, thank you, William. Whenever he saw me, he would take a fistful of my hair, pull my head back, and either whisper so closely to my ear that his lips were touching, or kiss my cheek and neck.
That is creepy. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying as a woman, if some guy came out to me and did that, besides the fact that he'll be peeling himself off the floor, it would be creepy. It would be creepy. I wouldn't like that.
This was usually done in front of fans or colleagues.
Okay, well, where's people coming out and saying that they saw this?
Right. So I had to be very careful about how I reacted. I didn't even realize how inappropriate it was.
How did you not realize it's inappropriate?
Because
oh my God.
I hadn't been to college yet. No. How inappropriate it was because he did to so many people.
God.
And it's not just him, though. I've seen other...
How could you not realize it's inappropriate? If some guy walks up to you and grabs your hair and yanks it back and then sticks his mouth on you by your ear and then first of all pull your hair back, how would you know? I don't know. That's appropriate. Well, I hate to see where you hang out if that's normal behavior. I'm just like, just saying.
So I've witnessed it happen. Others have witnessed it happen. Me, colleagues, and fans. Mid-2000s, we were at a convention together. He grabbed me and kissed me in his hotel room. I froze. Ooh. You may wonder why I didn't yell or scream or push him away. I was scared. Why? Because I was, oh God, now it gets really bad. I was raped as a teenager and learned that sometimes fighting back makes it worse. Not going to joke about this. There's no way to joke about this.
Yeah, well, she's not wrong. Sometimes that does make it worse.
So here we go. Oh, Lady Hawk. Which is funnier, Lick Mignogna or egg bending?
I forgot about the egg bending.
Oh my God. This is not the appropriate. This is not the time to talk about. Anyway.
Oh God, I forgot about the egg bending.
He was dating my friend Michelle. I've been flirting with my boyfriend. I had been flirting with my soon-to-be boyfriend at a convention. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Oh boy, see, this sounds like there's a whole...
No, but then they go on about, I apologize, where it matters.
This is, I apologize for lashing out and threatening fans. She did. That was not a good look. That was not a good look for her or Goku. He was, a lot of these voice actors were all like, basically the fans can go screw themselves.
But I think a lot of them, that's another thing. You could be like, well, it's true because all these voice actors said something about it, but not necessarily because what I've learned in these circles on comics and stuff is even if you don't you don't take in sides or you don't think someone's guilty of something, if people mob you and tell you that you must come out and say you think someone's guilty of something, if you do not, you will lose your job and get in trouble either way. So I mean,
Sean Schemmel, he took he basically, I guess he's apologizing too. I think they're starting to realize that beyond, you can think what you will about Vic Mignogna, but when you start attacking the fans too, that's not good for your career. I mean, that's just not a good look.
I mean, if it comes out that there's evidence that he did these things, of course it makes sense that she's upset. If it turned out that people come forward and say, yes, he did these things, then I can totally understand it. And I would feel, I can see why she, because if it does turn out that he did it and people are rocking a hard place. But, right now there isn't any proof. That's just what I'm not understanding. Go ahead.
But again, it's like, she felt it was necessary to protect herself. She threatened to sue people. If I remember correctly, I believe she was threatening to sue people who mentioned her in videos in relation to the Vic situation.
All we ever did was read articles and statements like this.
But it is news. I mean, we have not commented on Scuttlebutt. We've commented on news articles. And this is a public statement. And we're reading it. So there's a watch list, and I have the names and numbers of multiple harassers. But I'm willing to forgive you if you'll stop them. Whoa, this sounds awfully...
Yes, I told you about this. Go ahead.
I have a watch list, and I have the names and numbers of multiple harassers.
We've never harassed anyone.
But I'm willing to forgive you if you'll stop the madness now. You may feel that my colleagues and I have been harsh, but let me ask you this. How would you respond if your life was being threatened?
We have, actually.
We have, actually. That's a whole nother thing we don't talk about. Anyway, Mr. Zorg, thank you, didn't have to do that. If this has happened so often, wouldn't there be video evidence?
You think they set up like catch them in the act or something? Or there'd be people coming forward saying, yes, I was there when this and this and this happened. I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but there gotta be some kind of evidence or somebody to say, yes, this happened. You know what I mean?
Now she's really dramatic. If the lives of your loved ones, your friends' children were being threatened, if your address and phone numbers were being passed around like candy.
Welcome to Twitter.
Welcome to Twitter. But didn't she just say she has the numbers?
Yes, I have the names and numbers of multiple harassers.
This is a threat.
But I will forgive you if you stop now. And I'm going to react this way because if the lives of your loved ones, friends, and friends' children are being threatened. You mean like you're threatening them? Yeah. I will forget about your names and numbers and not possibly hand them out to people if you stop now.
This is a threat. This is a veiled threat. Like, gosh, it sure would be awful if somebody got your telephone number and some people start harassing you, wouldn't it? But if you stop right now, we can make it all stop. If you stop doing videos about us.
Yes, I mean, completely honest. If you are being threatened and your fans and family being threatened, you are going to act crazy. I mean, I will give them that. That is true. But your numbers being passed around like candy, people call it antagonize you. Welcome to what other people are dealing with all the time. People are getting constantly doxxed in all kinds of industries. This is not new.
No, this is weird.
It's wrong no matter what. Doxing people is wrong no matter what.
This is crazy because I'm like sitting here like, first I was like willing to give her benefit of the doubt because I haven't really followed this. But as you go down, it sounds like, I just want to apologize, but I have your number. And if you cross me, I'll make sure everybody gets it. And all my crazies will come after you. I'm like, what the hell?
The local authorities made sure to drive past your house daily just to make sure you're okay. If you're forced to be on the phone with various law enforcement lawyers or something, yes, I'm not saying
it sounds like a threat to me.
But here's the thing. I'm sure that she's not lying about this because I'm sure that when she made the accusations, I am 100% positive that she did get threats. She did get called. She did have
to. She did.
I'm sure she did. So, I mean, to be fair, I am 100% sure she's not lying here about that. I'm sure that did happen to her.
Yeah.
I am 100% sure it did.
Yeah. I have no doubt.
I don't think she's lying about that.
But just the way she's saying this is very, very threatening. It sounds to me like if you don't cease and desist,
I'll forgive you now.
I can't afford a lawyer to take out all these YouTube channels, but if you don't cease and desist, I'm going to circulate your phone number, and my crazy friends might harass
do to you what supposedly you did to me, even though we've never talked to her, contacted her, or anything.
That sounds very weird.
I don't know. Do I believe that she's getting harassed and she has to call police and stuff? Yeah, I 100% believe that. Which is what Vic even said. He's like, do not harass these people.
Right.
Do not engage these people. Do not cause them any trouble. And actually, when people do this, it actually hurts his case as well. So if you're don't engage these people, because when you do, it actually hurts his case because of it. So anyway.
Yeah, and I do agree with him on that because it does, because then they can, even if there's one crazy out there, they can be like, look at his followers, all of his followers attacking, whatever. Now this thing is really interesting.
Yeah, we heard about this when we were
I might need some help with this. Because I don't fully understand what's going on. So there was a swatting. Now we talked about swatting before in relation to Peter Simeti, who was swatted, where somebody called in a threat to his house.
Oh, and bus is out there.
Yeah, bus is there. They called in a threat to his. If you hear the dog is barking at the children. So it called in a threat to Peter Simeti, and the SWAT team showed up at his house. It was a very dangerous thing to do. Should never do it. Apparently, Samantha Hart, and I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Again, we're just reading an article.
I had no idea. But she was apparently faked a swatting That is what is apparently going on.
From my understanding was, what I'm seeing was that she faked the swatting, but it was actually from previous years.
Right.
And that she was personally involved in the decision on him being removed from Funimation. So she clearly had a bias, is what the argument is.
And she's trying to tie the 2016 swatting using a time tunnel of some kind to the situation with Vic today. Basically, that I guess she got swatted because of her being outspoken against Vic, even though this happened in 2016, and she got busted, and it's weird. I mean, this whole thing is weird. Now, again, just to go back to the only reason we even touched on any of this stuff is we had people coming to us because we've worked in and around the animation industry. We've done animation conventions, and they said, these are the players you have to watch. Funimation, Anime News Network, and Crunchyroll.
And these are people that are actually in the anime industry, and some of them are higher up who wrote us and told us this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying who. I am not naming names, but they're reliable sources.
But they are very reliable sources who have said, reached out even after the fact, and they said that these were the people that they were, to watch. And then, as it continues and progresses, more and more the same people they said are the ones that are coming out of the wash.
Yeah, and they basically came to us because they said, hey, you guys, you covered Sheer and stuff. We know you're trying to be unbiased. I got something for you. And I can't out my sources, but they are reputable names within the industry. You meet people when you're out and about, I guess. Okay, so here Andrew says Vic creates his own dubbing company, and then, wait for it, buys a rights to Dragon Ball, redub them. There we go. He does all the voices for all the male characters in Dragon Ball.
You probably could.
So this is, now she is a voice actress and Psycho Studios head. Seiko Studios?
Not Psycho Studios. Gosh, would you stop talking?
It was discovered. Yeah, she was involved in a hoax. Now, she has apparently some way to benefit from Vic being getting gone from the industry.
Well, here's one thing I want to mention. Go back up in this article. I noticed this. They said, according to some internet sleuths, they managed to uncover the plot to smear supporters of anime voice actor Vic Mignogna, who has been tarred with allegations of misconduct. Here's what I want to mention about this. Internet sleuths, there are a lot of them, and they are very, very, very good at what they do. That's why you'd think that they could find proof that he did these things. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if he did it and it's as frequent as they're claiming, there'd be proof of this. And these internet sleuths are really good. I think you'd think they'd be able to find that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's got to be some record of it. And they find it, then we'll look at it then. We'll take another look at it if they find it. But at this point in time, all we can go by is what has actually been proven and what has actually been admitted to and what has actually been, is being laid out as actual established fact. That's all we can go by. And right now, all we can go by is there's a lot of claims, but there's nothing to back it up. And that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, and there's a lot of weird shit going on.
Oh, it's actually pronounced Psycho. Okay, then never mind.
So there we go. I was right.
Oh, no, I love you.
Did I get a lick Mignogna for that?
Not now.
Is that my prize?
Not right now.
CZ, thank you. Didn't have to do that. If what your insiders said are true in this alleged cable cabal was looking to start Anime Gate, then it doesn't surprise me that they've gone after Vic. Keeps everyone else in line.
Right. Well, that's true.
I can't out my sources, but they've been saying for months.
There's a lot
all the pieces are being positioned. There are groups within Funimation, Crunchyroll, and Anime News Network that are very, very close. They're sort of, hatching a plot. Keep an eye on those three companies.
Yeah,
that is what
and
we were
they were
told.
mentioning the fact that things weren't signed, that he said weren't canon, so we wouldn't sign them, and they said they made it about him being anti.
Right.
And we've heard that too. I'm sorry, someone said teacher was wrong. Yes, Neon, I apologize to you because I was wrong.
You're a teacher?
What?
Wait, you said teacher was wrong?
No, someone said teacher was wrong. And person said teacher was wrong, and I said, look, Neon, I apologize to you because I was wrong.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy it, because you probably won't get it very often. Sorry.
That's right, I won't get it very often. Do you think Funimation will be harmed? Well, Funimation, I don't know.
I don't know.
It looks like they've got an awful lot of people who are not happy with them.
Yeah, we can't speculate on that because we don't know. We try very carefully to stick to the facts because we don't know what all this stuff is. And I don't want to go make allegations or make assumptions or make comments based on, just bits and pieces. That's why we try to stick to the facts, guys. We try to stick to what we know. And what we know are these things. And we're hearing a lot of these rumors, but until we actually see proof of that, it's just rumors. That's
my name. Lick McNeon. Adult star, Lick McNeon.
If you're an adult star named Vic Mignogna, we gotta have some discussion.
I got a stash like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, so yeah, but there are a lot of people involved from Funimation and Anime News Network and Crunchyroll where they fit into this. Somebody asked. This is personal speculation based on the information.
They said watch Crunchyroll.
They said watch Crunchyroll.
Yeah, this is coming from people who told us to watch these things.
Said watch Crunchyroll. My personal opinion is if they cannot, I guess bring the Japanese anime industry in line, that they will create an American facsimile of the anime industry and create their own shows that they can control.
Yes, but they're not going to do well, and then they're going to be like, and then it's going to always be someone's fault. Like for example, Captain Marvel, it's not going to do well, and it's going to be all because of white guys. You know what I mean? Whether or not that's true, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's true. That's what it's going to be blamed on. And I think the same thing with Crunchyroll. If it doesn't do well, it's going to be all the white guys. Just letting you know, if you're a white guy, you're in trouble. Doesn't matter if you did anything or not. Yeah. You can watch it and you're still in trouble for it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Vic's got kind of he's straight white Christian male.
Can't be anything worse anymore.
He's got a lot. So now, not everyone has turned on Vic. Fancy Soft stands with Vic, says he's innocent until proven guilty. That used to be the policy, not anymore. Now it's just you're guilty. If there's even rumors of you being guilty, you're guilty. So, in all the hubbub circulating about the allegations aimed at voice actor Vic Mignogna, as well as a few fingers pointed at fellow voice actor Tob Haberkorn, there was actually one company that came out and said they would continue to support the actors until it was proven in the court of law if they were guilty.
They need to be proven. And I'm like, I'm not saying that the lack of proof makes it untrue. I'm just saying that you go a lot farther with people if you're trying to keep claiming this, if you actually provided proof of this. I'm just saying from a reasonable standpoint. There's nothing unreasonable what I'm saying. A reasonable standpoint is show me the proof and we'll go from there, because otherwise it's just you saying that doesn't make it true. I'm just that's what I'm saying. And he admitted to some of it, so clearly he admits to some of it. And he and the stuff that about the hugging and kissing thing, he admitted he did that. So yes, I believe he did that because he flat out said he did. But beyond that, I don't know, because I'm not seeing anything other than a lot of people saying things, but there's not showing anything.
What he is doing is what is pretty normal for voice actors in this industry. I mean, I think what's going to happen is, eventually, like, nobody's going to be able to make eye contact or touch anybody. Which one? What am I looking at here? This.
We were talking about that.
Scott Pickering says, thoughts on Sabat flirting with a cosplayer dressed as Bunny Bulma and Sabat's married too. Yeah, there's a lot of weird...
Yeah, we've been hearing about that too. And are you surprised? I'm not surprised because I've been to these conventions and I've seen... And I mean...
He who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I've seen the way these people act and I know how it is there. And I mean, and I love anime conventions. I do. I love them. They're so fun. But I see how some of the voice actors are. It's like one big party. And sometimes I don't think it's malicious. Sometimes I just think you get caught up in the moment. And when you have all these people falling all over you, I'm sure your ego could get in the way. I'm sure that's very easy to happen. But I've seen the people lined up for the attendees, too. I'm literally hiking their skirts up, unbuttoning their blouses, flipping their hair around. Not saying that gives someone a right, because they look hot to do something. But they clearly are trying to look a certain way to get attention. As a woman, I'm watching them do this, and I'm just like, why? They're not the actual character, they're just the voice actor, but okay. I've seen it. I honestly, I truly can see both sides of this. I really can. Anyway, go ahead.
Nasenda says, Demolition Man, physical tough is outlawed. Yeah, it's getting to the point now where it's crazy. RRRX, Weeb Wars, Vic kicks back. At least he didn't lick back.
Okay.
Vic kicks back. Premise: Vic makes an example of ANN like Death Star did all run. I would actually be down for that. The rebels blow themselves up trying to take out Vic. The new policy at Netflix is that employees that aren't actors shouldn't make eye contact for more than 5 seconds. I am not kidding.
I'm not surprised. And the thing is, you have to understand, too, companies like Netflix and stuff, part of why they're reacting the way they're reacting is they're so afraid of getting sued, or they're so afraid of coming out that it is true, that they're making these knee-jerk reactions because they don't want to be caught up in some kind of scandal. And honestly, the way this is going down, and because people are so upset by this, if you are a person that going to a con, I wouldn't hug or kiss people. I mean, it's not safe. I mean, on either side, honestly. It's not safe because you could be accused of something. On the flip side, if these people are willing to kiss people, but one, they kiss a lot of people before you, ew, and two, it's just not safe. So your best bet is to avoid it, and I don't blame them if that's the rule, because just for your own protection. And it's sad that it has to be that way. It's sad, but it's the way it is.
Nick Ricadis he has inside info on one of Vic's accusers being scared. I think they should be. I mean, I don't know if they intended for his career to be destroyed this quickly.
But what do you think was going to happen?
I don't know. I don't think they think.
And what makes me mad, too, is, like, believe all women, which I agree with. Believe women. I do agree with that. But the problem is when you have women, I'm not saying these women are, but I've seen situations around here where women lied, and because they lied, it ruined somebody. And it's like, and then the next person's going to something's going to happen to the next person. The next woman's going to say, this happened to me, and people aren't going to believe them. Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword, and you're going to hurt other women. You're going to hurt other women and call their credibility into question. It's not smart.
Yeah, DCV Titan, hey, good to see you. Thank you. I think a simple standard to hold these days is dismiss allegations with the same amount of evidence provided for them. Yeah, I need to see some evidence. I need to see some more evidence. AB Navy guy says we should always come to a conclusion without all the facts first. If the facts aren't there, then we need to always ask the questions and find the answers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, all we're reporting on, we're getting accused of being like these Nazis, whatever. All we're doing is reporting on what we can see as has been established as fact. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, Funimation lose the case. You think they'll lose licenses? I don't know.
I don't know.
Money talks. Jasmine says you fist bump and do the Wakanda gesture with consent. Yeah, you need a signed document to do a fist bump these days.
Pretty much.
It's all plot to stop world overpopulation. I don't know. This is just it's getting crazy. And there's so much going on. Okay, so Pensacon.
Oh, here we go, Pensacon. Yeah.
Sweet Lord. Okay, so Pensacon, where we last left them, as I understand it, was that Monica Rial was actually going to be at Pensacon. Okay. And they were going to arrest people for talking about the Vic situation.
Okay. Although, no, I think Pensacon's going bad crap on this because you cannot arrest somebody for talking this thing. I'm trying to be nice, but I already said a lot of bad words. Why am I bothering? But the problem is, and I'm not trying to defend them, but when you have guests coming in, it's their job to make sure the guests are not harassed or to be, in a position that's bad. So I'm sure that they feel they don't, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying they also probably have to take that into consideration. I wouldn't want to run a con right now. I'll tell you that because it's very tricky. It's a landmine. It is a landmine. And I wouldn't want to go anywhere near that.
Yeah, but there's also some shenanigans, I guess, with some people.
Continue the shenanigans. Yeah. I'm talking about the thing about where people, you can't mention it or they'll have you arrested. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about the other shenanigans. I don't know them yet. You're going to enlighten me. Go ahead.
Okay, so on February 16th, we knew about this. Pensacon made a post over on Facebook addressing the statements they made on their Twitter account before deleting the account, as well as addressing YouTubers like Geeks and Gamers and others who have criticized them for the way they handled the situation involving supporters of anime actor Vic Mignogna. The post claims that threats of arrest were aimed at harassers, and the people who they directed their threats at arrest were alt-right trolls. The statement reads, well, we're Nazis, so I don't think we're invited to Pensacon.
No, even though we don't do anything. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so they think harassment is their... Okay, this is coming from Pensacon. They basically said a prominent voice actor was accused by multiple women of sexual assault and inappropriate behavior. One of these women who bravely spoke out was our guest, Monica Rial. Since that time, Monica, who basically kind of made a weird threat.
She was harassed because she kind of was, inviting it. But anyway, go ahead.
Since that time, Monica has been harassed online, threatened, and worst of all, called a
I'm sure she's been threatened. I'm sure she's been harassed and threatened.
I'm sure she has been. Jessiane, thank you didn't have to do that. I wonder if they're doing this because someone found out Vic voted for Trump.
I don't know.
Who knows? We started to receive messages from people letting us know that Monica should be canceled from Pensacon because she was an awful person, a liar, and worse. That prompted us to make a statement. Please note, we don't do victim shaming at Pensacon. And
but wait, stated, was Vic supposed to be a guest at Pensacon at any time?
I don't know.
Because it'd be interesting if we don't do victim shaming, or we don't tolerate harassment and those things, but we canceled him. I don't know if they did. I'm just saying it'd be interesting if he was one of the places that canceled him.
As pointed out by Bounding in the Comics in previous coverage on One Angry Gamer, the threats of arrest were not limited to harassers, but rather people who expressed concern for Vic and the allegations being made about the voice actor.
So you're allowed to speak about it as long as you're taking her side.
Yeah, Vic supporters had plans on showing up to show support for him. So as I understood it, if you even showed up with a, I stand with Vic t-shirt or something.
But what if you happened to have a t-shirt that had a character he voiced? Would you be in trouble for that?
I don't know.
Because, I don't know.
Yeah, DCV Titan, thank you. Everyone going Pensacon.
You won't be let in the door, I guarantee you. I guarantee you they would not let you in the door.
They'll do that as harassment. I mean, look at what happened with the Honey Badgers. They just put up, Gamergate flags or something on their table, and they got forcibly removed from that convention in Canada. The same thing would happen here, I think, if you went to Pensacon and wore a shirt like that. How much money is Neon and Geeky getting for all these figure ads? Oh,
We don't get anything.
Those aren't ours.
Those aren't our ads. We get nothing.
I got the ad blocker on too, but they're running on the site.
They're not ours.
It's
We
Amazon,
get the answers. We get nothing. So go ahead.
Yeah. So anyone who brings up the issue will be asked to leave. So if you even mention the Vic situation at Pensacon, you'll be
covered this before, and there'd be law enforcement on hand. Because don't you know that's harassment.
Well, then this gets crazy. Yeah, we'll have fun.
Yeah, we've read that before. We talked about this before.
Have fun in jail. Oh my God. So this just gets. I mean, we just go down we have eyes everywhere.
Yeah, I told you
this
about
gets
this.
down
This
goes down the creepy hole. And it's just this is like God. This is weird. It's just weird how insane. Now, in the case of Pensacon, I've had people, sending me DMs and stuff, trying to make sense of it, but apparently there's a lot of background information on some of the folks running it that might come to light, and all this. It's just it's messed up.
Right.
We are not going to Pensacon.
No, and so in other words, to avoid arrest at Pensacon, you have to kiss her butt. I don't think you're not supposed to bring it up at all. I mean, from my understanding,
don't bring it up.
I think, I'm hoping when they say don't bring it up at all, they're referring to even if you support her, you shouldn't bring it up at all, because if you're not allowed to bring it up at all against her, you shouldn't be allowed to bring it up at all to support her. I just wouldn't bring it up at all. But if you show up wearing those shirts, they're not going to let you in. They would probably call police on you and say you're trying to incite a riot or something like that. And honestly, legally, I'm not a lawyer, but they probably do have a leg to stand on, because they're deliberately trying to
provoking.
You're deliberately provoking.
Yeah, I'm
not a lawyer, but I would assume that was deliberate provocation, and I think that could get you in trouble. So just here's the thing: just be smart about what you do.
Yeah, because what could potentially happen if you actually do support Vic?
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Pensacon, so they don't condone harassing unless they're the ones harassing.
Because what could potentially happen is if you're going even to support Vic, and then they're like, oh look, Vic sent his hate mob to a convention. Then that's actually gonna, it's so messed up.
Change clothes and put on a sticker. There you go. And then someone shows reports, it'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just walking around.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth, that doesn't surprise me at all. I actually was not surprised at all when they were the first ones to drop Vic, just given their leanings. Well, they are more and more political now than they used to be.
If you aren't a white man and you go to the convention and you do a sticker thing and someone comes up and claims that you were doing something wrong, all you have to say is, are you accusing me of something because I'm a woman? Are you accusing me of something because I'm gay? Are you accusing me of something because I'm not white? That's what you say, and then they'll leave you alone and move on.
Okay, so more brains said Pensacon's in a government-owned building. Is that in a municipal building? Because most anime conventions are actually in a hotel.
But even if you rent a building, if you're renting it and I know like when you rent buildings for an event, that you're renting that building. So I think it's because you're using it for a private event that those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you're allowed to say these people aren't allowed to come in here. I mean, that's how people get away with, certain gender-only events or certain, sexual orientation-only events and things like that, because they're renting the space.
Okay, here we go. Slithering.
I could be wrong, though. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, that's just it. And this is, okay, actually, no. Pensacon does not have the right. It's the right of the convention center. Okay, or the hotel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some places will give you an agreement. That's why you have to have your own insurance. You have to have your own things, because you're going to be liable if something happens, not them.
Well, I thought Pensacon.
It depends on the event. It depends on lots of things. I don't know this. We don't know the specifics of this exact thing. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but I know we dealt with contracts for some stuff like this before, and it varies by the place and by the state and by a bunch of things. So I don't know.
Yeah, Ricardo, apparently he did a video. I didn't have time to watch it. I haven't had time to watch it. I think it's ridiculous to even throw that.
I'm not a lawyer. I didn't watch the video. I'm just saying.
It's ridiculous to throw that threat out there. To put that out there, that's ridiculous.
What we've worked with before, I mean, it just varies by state and everything else. Go ahead.
Matt Adams, thank you. People should boycott pension. Pensacon.
I think that's
hit them in the wallet. It's the only thing they care about. Actually, I thought they were on the rocks before, and then
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so Ricardo lost it. They can't. So yeah, I think a municipal building might be a little bit different than a hotel.
Maybe. I don't know. He would know. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know we've had to deal with stuff like this before, and I know that with certain events and things, you're required certain insurances and certain things that you're responsible for if there's a problem. And security and things like that is usually on you. If things get damaged, it's on you. That kind of thing. That's why a lot of events are at one hotel, and then this hotel says you can't come back, and they got to find other hotels because the events is going to be responsible for things that happen. Go ahead.
What about the UN situation? I'm panicking. I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't know what's going on with the UN.
I have no idea.
I'm like, we must have missed something big because we haven't been around.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with that. Like I said, we've been out of it for about 2 weeks, so we're trying
off and on.
Yeah. So we will end with Star Wars episode.
Oh yes, you're gonna love this one. Here we go.
Episode 9 is fine.
It's fun. It's all fine here. We're all fine.
It's all
fine
here.
How are you?
So this is coming from Disney big boss Alan Horn. He revealed that a big deal about episode 9 and talked about the future Star Wars movies plus the backlash after Solo and Last Jedi. He says they're not concerned. I have reasons to believe they are concerned, but he says they're not concerned. I think he's just...
The UN must have banned a bunch of art. Why am I not surprised?
That doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, so we'll have to look into
They're going to burn books next. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By now, most people on every side of the ongoing Star Wars debate know who Kathleen Kennedy is. The head of Lucasfilm has been the target of much of the anger over the divisive Last Jedi and blamed for the failure of Solo.
I'm saying you should have had an overarching story planned. The way it was handled wasn't very smart. But go ahead.
Her direct boss, however, is Alan Horn, chairman of Disney under CEO Bob Iger. He is the head of the motion pictures division. He's the guy who greenlights all the movies for all the various studios. In a revealing new interview, he has opened up about past failures and the direct future of the Star Wars franchise after Episode 9. He also had some strong words about the final film in the Skywalker saga. Strong words.
Chris Collins, I finally watched Solo. I thought it was fine. Yeah, that's where I got in trouble because we were thinking it was going to be bad, and we watched it, and it wasn't the train wreck we thought it was going to be, and I said that, and oh my God.
We had so many people like, how could you?
I'm not clearly a fake geek girl because I didn't think it was because compared to Last Jedi, it's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece compared to Last Jedi, yeah. One of the most powerful men in Hollywood gave a major interview to the Hollywood Reporter. Sadly, he did not reveal anything about the release dates of the trailer entitled Episode 9. It's going to be Celebration. I can almost guarantee it's Celebration. But he has exciting news about what fans can expect. First, he addressed the negative reactions to Solo. It's always a challenge because, and I say this with love and respect for media, the thing about these big movies is they get a lot of attention, whether positive or negative.
Well, that's not untrue.
So when they don't work like Solo, the media says it's a failure. I think it was a pretty good movie. It didn't resonate as much as we'd hoped it would, but the press writes it up in a more negative way than I would. Well,
it wasn't just the press.
Lose a lot of money. It lost a lot of money.
I mean, the box office is what they're talking about. The box office proved that it didn't make a lot of money. So I'm just like, they're not spinning anything. That's the truth. Anyway, go ahead.
These are very high-profile movies. If Aladdin, which I happen to think is a terrific film, doesn't work somehow...
Aladdin's not going to go well.
I don't think it's going to play well either. That's big news and much bigger news than if a movie somewhere else, like The Kid Who Would Be King of Fox, doesn't work. Ouch, he just stuck
That was Fox. Not okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, they're buying it, so it doesn't matter. He'll be in charge.
Whoa. Is he comparing Aladdin to the Kid Who Would Be King? That's not if that's the case, that's scary because I'm just saying he compared it, we didn't.
That is
so what did you go the low hanging fruit so you look better? I mean, anyway, go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay, so he also revealed he gets weekly footage sent to him from the sets of Star Wars 9 and just visited the principal UK locations of Pinewood. Asked if the movie would get the franchise back on track, Horn said, I just got back from the UK, which is not so united. Haha. I went to the set and was with JJ, Kathy, and the cast. I watched a couple of scenes being shot, and then we all had dinner. I have not seen a cut of it yet, but I watch dailies every weekend and send JJ and Kathy a note every weekend. It's a big deal, and it's going to be terrific.
He can't say it's not. He can't say. To be fair, you can't ask a question like that because they're not going to say, yeah, it's garbage. He can't. That's not his job.
This is preemptive damage control, in my opinion. He was also asked which movie or trilogy would follow next. There has been endless speculation whether Rian Johnson's much-touted spin-off trilogy might have been dropped after The Last Jedi Backlash. It has not, according to Johnson.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about that. You were away for that.
Oh, really?
By the way, I forgot to mention that.
Or it'll go direct to streaming. DCV Titan, thank you. I think Solo is less of a taint to Star Wars because it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie.
It didn't have the crawl. You're right, but to me
it felt more side story.
It felt more of a Star Wars movie to me than Last Jedi did.
That is true.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
Just tonally, it felt.
Tonally, yeah. I mean, I like Rogue One a lot, though. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they're also excited. Fans are excited about the Game of Thrones creators trilogy. Horn replied, "It's all in discussion." He's not giving.
Oh, really? It's all in discussion.
He's not giving a definitive answer.
Interesting answer.
Since the Marvel movie universe appears to be meticulously planned out years in advance, it sounds increasingly like Disney is focusing more on the projects and series like The Mandalorian.
That's what I think.
For Disney Plus streaming service. I think
that's right.
I think Star Wars after Episode 9, I think is basically going to be direct to TV. I think they're gonna test the waters. They're going to try to build up the fan goodwill before they launch another major trilogy. I think they want to see where the fandom is. That's my personal opinion. I don't know, but they're going to try doing the TV thing first.
I think so too.
Kind of like Star Trek.
Or like, it's like we're taking a break. We're taking a break from films.
To let the fans heal.
But top of mind, we're going, let the fans heal. It's to let the fans heal because, there's such a divide. We're taking a break. It's not you, it's me.
Oh my God. Mr. Zorg, thank you. Star Wars is not fine. No, I don't think it is either. At the very least, I'll wait for 9 to come out for free, even if I want to watch it all. I'm not even mad. I don't have the energy to carry more. That's where
a lot of people are. And apathy is worse. I keep saying that. Loving something or hating something, those are at least passionate, strong feelings that you have a strong connection to. It's still going to stay with you. It's going to stay in your mind. Apathy is like when you don't care anymore. That's when it dies. That's when it's over. I'm done. Put a fork in me, not legitimately or realistically, because
I'm not
that
going
would
to fork
hurt.
You.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
I'm not going to fork you.
That is the kiss of death. When people are apathetic, that's when you need to worry. And that's what I'm saying. And a lot of people I've talked to are apathetic, and that's what's worrisome. I actually still like Star Wars. I like the original trilogy. I still am massively a huge Star Wars fan of like the original trilogy and Rogue One and things like that. I love it, and I will stay loving it. I just don't like the new movies, and I don't like being told that I'm against strong women, but I am one, and I'm racist and homophobic or whatever because I don't like it.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is if Lucasfilm is fine, and this comes right out, right after it was announced that
we have 666 people.
Oh my God! Really... Yeah, we have more than that. Oh, we must have bored people away. I'm sorry, people. We bored you away. They must have like real lives or something. But no, like where the Kiri Hart fiasco, she got gone. If things were fine, I don't think she would have gotten gone, and they would have tried to I don't think things were fine. Alan Horn said he was going to investigate. I wonder if he was pressured to do so. He said when Solo bombed that he was going to personally investigate and find out why Solo bombed. But
listen, here's the thing.
He's not giving an answer.
His job is to make them succeed. So even if he found out that why it bombed, and he found out, that there's a lot of negativity and there's a lot of bad things towards it, it's his job to spin it in a positive light.
Right.
And he was deliberately careful how he answered things, because you can't lie, because that's going to come back to bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
So he's creatively wording things because his job is to get your butts in the seat and to spin it positively. And so that's why he's wording it the way he's wording it. But anyway,
DCV Titan, thank you. Rogue One was good, but I didn't care for the two MCs. Yeah, I would agree. I actually think personally, I think the stories were better than the main entries in the series.
Yeah, I liked Rogue One. Because you know what I liked about Rogue One? I liked Rogue One because it felt like it actually felt like Star Wars. You could tell they went to like the New Hope and what came before, and they deliberately tried to mesh it so it fit in, and they put the haircuts and the way the film was and everything else, and I really liked it. I thought they did a good job with that.
Yeah, so it's I think this is Alan. Again, he works for Disney. He can't come out and say those movies were trash and we're making another one that's not going to be.
Someone like the Young Jedi Knight books. Yay! I'm in those. I like the Young Jedi Knight book too. I like those too. I like them. I used to read all the books, but I'm actually a character in the Young Jedi Knight's books.
She is.
So I'm very proud of that. I know I keep mentioning it, but I'm so proud of it. It's my one thing I'm cool about. Go ahead anyway.
Hey, Captain Cummings is in. He said I don't like Rogue One, but it is the best Disney Star Wars.
It is of the bunch, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
you like The Force Awakens. I'm not a fan of it.
I thought it showed potential, but now I can't watch it because I know where those characters go.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing too. I wasn't a fan of it, but I also could see but I could see where this could go to a good place if they addressed these things in the right way. And then by The Last Jedi, I was like, what the hell happened? And then when you find out that there was no cohesive story, it was just he was writing his while the other guy was doing theirs, and they didn't actually sit down and make them match up. As a writer, my brain is just like, why would you think that's a good idea? On what level is that a good idea?
Which books I'm not sure which book she's in.
I don't know. I have it downstairs. I don't have you bought them for me.
I did buy them.
Actually, it was funny. I read those books, and then I was in college, and then I went to do my student teaching and stuff, and I got really busy, and I just stopped reading the books because I just didn't have them, or I didn't have time to read them, so I wasn't buying them. And apparently, it was right after I stopped reading them is when he put me in them, and I didn't find out for 10 years.
Kevin Anderson, I wrote him and asked.
Yeah, 10 years
Kevin,
later.
Is that my wife?
I found out 10 years later because Neon found it.
I did.
He was looking at my name for something, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And he's
a Star Wars character. It's like, oh, it's Kevin Anderson.
And he remembered. I said I used to write to all the authors because I liked their books, but I liked their books, I wrote to them and told them how much I appreciated their work. Because as a writer, now, I mean, it's always nice to have someone appreciate what you do. So I wrote to them and told them how much I appreciated their work, and I liked it. And he said he liked my name and he was going to put it on a list, and I didn't think anything of it.
That was like 10 years before.
And then 10 years after, here I was in books and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, you were in books.
I was in 2 books and I died.
She did die. She
I
was
was
a
a bad
female
guy.
devil. She was
yeah, imagine that.
Whatever the devil dude was from the cantina, she was like a female version of that. Matt Adams, thank you. I hear the anime show Resistance is really bad. Have you seen it?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Tried to watch one episode and I got bored.
So yeah,
I just got bored.
I hear it got better, but I don't know.
Yeah, Geeky's no longer canon.
No, I'm not canon. I'm canon in my heart. That's
enough. You never even got an action figure.
I didn't. Oh my god, if I had, that would have been awesome.
Oh my god.
No, I'm canon in my heart, people.
She's always gonna be canon.
And I didn't have brushable hair. I don't think. I think it was
Did she have hair? She had hair. The females have hair. Yeah.
Oh, do they have hair? Okay, thank God. I can't remember if I had hair or not. That would be a travesty.
That would be a travesty. So, yeah, I don't know. Episode 9, I think they're going to go into preemptive damage control because I think they know exactly where the franchise is right now. And I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do. I really don't know how it's going to do. I think it'll do well because it is a main entry, but I think so many people are soured on the last couple movies that it's not. I don't think it's going to break.
I don't know.
Records.
We'll find out. We won't know until it happens. It'd be interesting to see what goes down at Celebration. What comes out, what the scuttlebutt is. It'll be interesting to see.
The scuttlebutt.
I like to sing scuttlebutt because it has the word butt in it. Sorry, no, I'm just tired. So
Anyway, I think we're going to wrap this one up. We just want to touch base with everybody. We have been out. We do apologize. Really what got us set us off was this YouTube comment policy.
I'm sorry. Someone said the world without Dash Rendar as canon as a world. Yes, Dash Rendar is awesome, and that just whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
They trashed Dash Rendar.
They did. I was an article, and they're like, it was just a cash grab. I don't care if it was a cash grab. It was an awesome one. And people want that more than they want what you're giving us now. Anyway, let's go.
Okay, so thank you everybody for watching. I know we didn't really announce this one; we just kind of dropped it, but we
had to address. 2 hours long. Too sorry.
We had to address the YouTube comment fiasco because.
But the good news is that it seems like since the backlash, they are trying to be more clear about it. As we got through the articles, we found out they are being more clear. They are establishing things. But if our comments, like I said, if our comment section gets shut down, you can still go to our website. I can say YouTube, our website page, and comment on them there.
Yeah, clownfishtalk.com will take you to our forums. We also have a Discord, but I'm always worried about Discord like shutting down sometimes, or cracking down comments.
They are supposed to be cracking down.
Yeah, so any third party platform like that, they're going to try to control what you can say.
Well, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys later.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. We'll try to get more videos up in the next few days and weeks, and I don't think we're going anywhere right away.
Hope not.
We'll see. Sometimes I don't know. We just can't get sent.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.